Okay, that's on. Let's see what's going on here. Are we feeding through to the peoples? I'm not sure. I think we're feeding through to the people. So
I don't
while
know. I don't see you
yeah,
on.
while we're waiting for that all to bubble up and be set on the YouTubes, I'm going to remind everyone to go to hankstrange.com. Okay, you can sign up for our email list there. We're sending out, we're giving away a lot of cool stuff. Right now, we've got some giveaways going on with Sam Andrews. Cool giveaways going on. Go to Hank Strange, sign up for the email list. That's how you'll find out about that. You can also find all the different ways to support us, all the platforms we're on. So go there. Also, if you want to get merch like the Gun Nerd T-shirt, if you want to get Hank Strange T-shirts and stuff like that, go to Ballistic Inc. We've got a store on there as well. All right. I think that's it. I think folks are saying that we're live. I'm going to ask everyone out there to help us share this because we're being like severely throttled by the YouTubes. Notifications aren't going out. So if you could please help us out. Share the fact that we're live. Tell a neighbor, tell a friend. All that kind of stuff. We would really appreciate that because I think that even the people that rang the bell aren't being notified. So once again, I'll ask everyone to ring the bell. You might have to unring your bell and then ring your bell again. I don't know what craziness is going on there. So let's see. Also, the show's brought to us tonight by Franklin Armory. I am going to, I think we can get this going here. I'm going to drop the open.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange
All right,
situation.
there we go. Make sure you guys
Lifestyles of the
subscribe,
locked and loaded.
thumbs up, ring the bell so you can be notified every time we go live here. And we are live right now. We've got Trey. We also have Dave from Hi-Point. He's getting some stuff done. We'll get him here on screen here in a second. Trey, it's me and you doing jazz hands, buddy.
What's up, Hank?
Let's get the jazz hands. You hear Dave there laughing. Right now he's missing out on the jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
Yeah.
Killing me.
Yes, we'll get him in. We'll get him to do the jazz hands once he's done. He's getting some stuff wrapped up right there. So this is episode 532 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. Our special guest is Dave Kiwacka. Did I say that right, Dave?
Yeah, you said it right. You're good.
Dave Kiwacka of Hi-Point, and Trey from Aries Firearms Range, training facilities.
What's up?
Trey's going to be joining us as well. Shout out to all you guys. As you come in here, please smash the thumbs ups. If you're looking for a link to Ballistic Inc., there's one in the description of this video, as well as in the comment here, and all that kind of stuff. So Dave from Hi-Point is going to be giving us an update once we get him here on screen of, guess what? The Yeet Cannon, baby. That's what we're going to do. Huh? Did you say something, Trey? Yes.
Yeah, I just said it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So
We're not. Are you sure we're on?
Yeah, we're on. We're live. Like I said, there's some things going on here. I did email you a link to the video, Trey, if you check your email. But there's some stuff going on right now with YouTube that they're not notifying people when we go live. As Yannick,
I don't see it.
Yeah, as Yannick Stoner says, shenanigans.
Like usual, right?
Yeah, if you're looking for us, you have to go to Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded on YouTube, and then look for the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. But people say they do that and they still can't find us. So, all that stuff is going on right now. So let's see, Dave, how you making out?
I'm good, man. I think we're good to go. I've
okay.
Got one more picture I'm sending you.
Okay, all right. So let's see. Let's get Dave on here. There we go. There's Dave. There's Trey. There's myself. Okay, all right. You might want to center up a little bit more, Dave, just for when, because the three of us. There we go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we don't want to miss out on just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. There you go, right there. Yeah, we don't want to miss out on the handsomeness, I mean, just in case the ladies are watching, there's all these ladies that are stuck at home. They need to get some eye candy. That's what we're all here for.
Not me.
Shout out to the ladies. By the way, if you hear some people talking in the background, that's Babyface P and Lola.
Babyface P.
Yeah, he's over here.
There's
Jibber.
Absolutely no way anybody on that.
We can hear him now.
Yeah, exactly. They can hear you right now. Jibber jabber.
We can hear you.
Yeah, He's over here. You might as well have been on the show, numbnuts.
I probably could have.
Yeah, exactly.
We're talking drugs.
Oh, no, we don't want to hear about that. We don't want to hear about that. Not at all. When he says drugs, he means of the prescription kind. Lola is a legal drug dealer. So just no one call the feds on me. Yeah, so
won't come anywhere right now.
Welcome.
Just cough.
Yeah, welcome back to both of you guys. We're gonna go through a bunch of stuff here today. Dave, first of all, let's start with you.
Yeah.
I know that NRA got canceled and all that, and I think you guys were gonna give folks an update of the Yeet Cannon, right?
Yeah, a little bit of an update. I mean, not huge, because at SHOT Show we showed off, the pre-production prototypes, and one of the biggest things that kind of made us laugh was everybody complained about the trigger on it. Well, one, they're pre-production guns; the internals aren't even finished. But two, those triggers were actually 3D printed triggers because the mold work had just been finished by the time of SHOT Show. So at NRA, you're going to get to see the actual new trigger shoe on the YC9s.
Okay,
and cannons.
so I'm showing that right now. I'm showing a close-up while you're talking about it here.
Cool.
So what? So it's how close are we to being done, and what upgrades have you guys done other than this trigger? Go to
how close? I can't say. It's a matter of one of those. Once it's done,
okay,
we'll blow up the internet and let everyone know.
Oh, okay.
What'd you do to the trigger, if I may ask?
It's just a completely new trigger shoe from the old gun.
Oh, okay.
I mean, a lot of people think there's a lot of stuff we carried over from the old gun, and there really wasn't that much. Most everything is really brand new from the get-go, and the trigger was definitely one of them, because the 3D printed model from last year, and even the prototypes we had at SHOT, people were liking the trigger because it's a little different feel to it from the old guns, the old C9. So even this trigger, if we could have showed it off at a show, I think people would really like the feel of it even more. It's solid. I mean, we're still going to make a cool bang for the buck gun that's loaded with features. I mean,
nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I'm showing everyone the pictures that you sent here. I was rolling some of those in, and then I have them. I'll go back to them if we get into more specific stuff. So, what were you? Did you guys have anything specific that you were going to announce at NRA this year, or you just going to let folks get their hands on it at the show? What was the plan there?
The big thing was get their hands on it, yeah, because everybody saw it from coverage at SHOT Show. Like, you got your hands on it, but you were at SHOT Show, so NRA was going to be the public to get their hands on it for once, and we're really excited about that. So now that didn't happen. It sucks. Yeah, flat out.
Yeah. So if folks have questions, we'll take some questions here right now. If you guys have any questions about that, I know a lot of people. This is why the folks want to go to NRA so that they can get their hands on these things. Shooting Gallery, and he gave us a couple of bucks. He says, "What's crack-a-lacking?" No, he says, "What's crack-o-lacking?" Crack-o-lacking. I guess that's like that's a different way of saying it. So so if you guys do have questions, let us know. We'll try to get to some of those right now. And get them out there for the folks. No new announcements from Hi-Point, right?
Not that I can recall. Well, I mean,
okay.
It's the 19-inch guns we had at SHOT. Obviously, the YC9 was a big thing. So yeah, no, it was really just about getting everybody's hands on the Yeet cannons. That was the main thing. Okay.
And so far, you're saying that we cannot get a specific time of when these will be available. Okay. All right.
Not yet.
The other thing that I did see, and I'm trying to pull it up. I know there was an announcement from Hi-Point. Let me see if I can pull up on the. It's definitely on your website, right? Talking about due to coronavirus.
Yeah.
Ohio is shut down like all non-essential business, so that affected you guys. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think, what was it, Sunday, our Governor DeWine, he made that call of 2 weeks of keep everybody home to try and stop the spread of this thing. And firearms, we actually do fall into essential personnel. We can still be operating, but because part of the issue is if we can't get supply with materials from other outfits that are not essential personnel, then we can't produce guns, and so the supply dries up pretty quick. So we actually worked yesterday and a little bit today still shipping guns out to our distributors that are all still open. But pretty much after this, that's it. We're kind of done for now because of this virus.
Okay.
So
Okay. So so that means like everyone's working from home.
those of us that can, but then everybody else, like a lot of the assembly line guys, they're just not working.
Those
which
guys
sucks.
got like furloughed or something.
They got furloughed for a little bit. I mean, we're hoping it is only this 2-week period, and then we'll hopefully after that we'll be right back to
Hopefully.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's the plan. So
Yeah. Yeah, when when there's people that I know that Trump was talking about, like what was it? Not making the cure worse than the problem in the first place. That's one of the things that folks have to think about here. That all these people, I think, if you send out a check here and a check there, that's really not gonna take care of everyone. That's not gonna keep our economy going. What number of employees do you guys have? Like, if you can give us some estimate of how many people that affects.
I'm trying to think between all the facilities together, we'll say around 50
Oh, okay.
across each facility. So I mean,
Okay.
it's a sizable amount enough for us, that we don't
Okay.
like it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
How many different facilities are we talking here?
you've got the main facility in Mansfield, which is Straussel's machine. They're the ones actually producing like the C9, all the carbines, and you have Iberi Manufacturing. They produce the 40 cal pistol. You have Haskell Manufacturing. They produce the 45 pistol.
Mhm.
And you have the Hydro Dipping Outfit is another facility, and then us being the marketing and wholesale distribution side. So basically 5 outfits that make the brand of
Oh,
Hi-Point.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like
A
about
lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So, right. So that winds up being like, I don't know, what, 250 people?
No. Across the board,
Oh.
we'll say 50. I'm probably forgetting some because they've changed a bit over the years.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 75 at most.
Oh, okay. So you guys don't have a ton of people. It's not a ton
No.
of
We
people
are.
there.
We really are a small company. I mean,
Okay.
everybody thinks we're a multi-hundred staff, outfit, and we're really not. I mean,
Yeah, I thought you were. I thought you were really big.
Yeah.
everybody thinks that.
A lot of machines, right? A lot of machines.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you could just jog a little bit into the center, Dave, that'll be there. You go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
That better?
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, it's there.
That way the folks can get a chance to see you here. Let's see. We got some comments here. Armament and Access says people knock high points, but they work. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that we'll get into here in a minute. Let's check. Let's check in with Trae. Trae, what's up with you? What's it look like out there in the range business? Obviously, you have an outdoor range. What is that looking like?
Range is still jamming, man. I'm still open.
Okay.
Letting people do their freedom. Obviously we're still social distancing, and people don't really have to interact with me. They just have to check in and go get a booth, and that's about it. So I'm pretty good.
Okay.
But yeah, we're still shooting. We're still doing everything. Of course, if the state shuts down, I'll respect the boundaries that the government put out. But they haven't told us to stop, so I'm not stopping. So.
Right.
I mean, you're sitting at home, you're bored, right? Get out and do some shooting. Exactly. You want to have some fun, have a good time, get out and do some shooting, enjoy yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that I posted a video shooting the Lead Star Grunt, and we were out on the range, and there were a lot of people that commented about that, saying, "Oh man, I wish I can get on the range." I guess guys who have outdoor ranges that they have access to, for the most part, they can still go out and shoot there, but those indoor ranges are already closed.
Oh, are they? I know one of our local outdoor ranges closed, and I'm not really sure why. They weren't required to close. I said, we're staying open. We're going to have some shooting, have some fun. If you're sick, don't come out. If you're out there coughing, I'm going to tell you to go home.
Right.
But
yeah.
other than that, I mean, everything's been fine so far. We don't really physically interact with anybody. So just tell them, and get your name. I'll log you in and everything. You don't have to touch anything. Offload your gear, shoot, and then offload, and then unload your gear and take off. So there's not a lot of physical interaction there. We're lucky.
Yeah. So Brian Quick says this thing here, and well, I'll let both of you guys answer, but I'm guessing this is directed towards Dave. It costs money for a company to replace employees, so it might be cost effective to pay people not to leave in these times. Those wages were budgeted anyway, but what do I know? So obviously you're on the marketing side, but what do you think about that?
I mean, it budgeted, but at the same time, if we're not getting more product out the door, we're not bringing more money in, so that budget changes rapidly.
Yep.
So I mean, we don't want to let people go, but if that's what it's going to come to, which it hasn't yet, then that sucks. But I mean,
Where are
Not
they
gonna
going to
go
go?
under. Yeah, where are they going to go? I mean,
You're not. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we're lucky we're still operating, but man, it's pretty bad for a lot of other companies. My friends,
oh yeah.
a lot of people come out and shoot her in the restaurant business,
Mm-hmm.
and I talk to them all the time. I have a relationship with them. I eat at their restaurants, and the guys are hurting. It's bad. It's bad. I feel bad for all of them. I wish I could help them out, but you know, there are some businesses that are still operating. Like delivery businesses and stuff. So, trying to help them out and get out there. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, there's some restaurants that are still functioning, but doing like drive-through or drive-up only. But for
It's only drive-through.
Yeah.
But actually, they did not say that they could be closed. The last thing I checked, and again, somebody might tell me different, was they could be at 50% capacity, but they shut down anyways, and they're just doing drive-through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's the whole thing here, right? That how long can we actually go like this before people, they need to like get out there? I don't think people like in a mental state is not going to work that great just getting locked up in the house and things like that. But then also business and then everyone just being home and thinking like, how am I going to pay my bills? What am I going to do? Is my business going out of business right now? Because there's people who own businesses that they obviously can't get out there and run. So it seems to me like what they want to do is get in front of everything first and have things set up, and then maybe somehow, if things aren't as like so bad, have people start going back to work and doing things, keeping the economy going, and then if people get sick, they can they have things set up already to help those folks. Hopefully that's what's going to happen. Otherwise, I don't know how many weeks will go before we'll have an apocalypse.
The range is nice.
Huh?
Traffic. There ain't no traffic. There ain't no traffic. We're in the Orlando Flyway, so normally there's jets going over us.
Mm-hmm.
Other than Saturday, I saw 27 jets on Saturday. Normally I see 2. For the last week or two, I've seen 2 jets.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
On a normal day, we just see them in a line coming in. There's a straight line coming into Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually been pretty nice. I'm not complaining.
Yeah. Yeah. It is nice, right? Isn't it? It's nice to be able to like hang out with the family, I guess, and connect a little bit. Maybe some people are rubbing each other the wrong way from all the connecting. No,
me and my son have been fishing.
Yeah.
Obviously, been cleaning around the house. I still work. Like I said, I don't really interact with anybody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if nobody's out there, I just mow. So I'm all by myself. So it's actually, I've actually been catching up with a lot of stuff. It's actually pretty nice. Honestly, besides, obviously, I don't want anybody to get sick or hurt or anything like that, of course. But it's actually pretty nice. I see like 3 cars. I went to. Driving to work, I see like 3 cars. Normally, it's solid traffic the whole time. I'm like, yeah, this is great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit of. I saw somewhere, I can't remember exactly what the person said, but they were saying that they went out. I think they were maybe in New York City or something, and they went out, but there were still people out, and they were thinking, man, I wanted to do like tear down the streets, like in I Am Legend, Remember the
Works 28 hours. You ever see that movie? 28 hours?
Yeah.
Something goes outside. London's completely deserted.
Yeah, no one's out there, but it's not really like that.
This week, I actually film a movie about that.
Yeah. Well, there's still people out there. I think ultimately you just can't stop people from getting out and doing things. So,
I think they can run, walk their dog, and obviously go in their groceries. I don't know. I'm not up there, so.
Yeah, that's our mandate. Is pretty much is stay home, but obviously go to the grocery. When they're saying do get outside, go walk at a park, but don't play in the playgrounds. That's kind of what our mandate's been.
I'm not going back to the grocery. I went to the grocery 2 days ago. I'll never go back.
Man, I actually went this evening, and it kind of wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Leaning across me, I'm like, can you please give me some space? Don't,
Trey got accosted.
Wow. And I'm just like looking at her like, come on,
Don't wind up in the news, Trey.
I'm like, yeah.
Don't wind up in the news.
I don't handle the grocery cart. I put it all in my shirt. Like everything's in my shirt. And I don't touch shit. Because all them people, those people have no concept of hygiene or any concept of life.
Over the weekend, Lola and I went to Sam's Club, and Sam's Club was like giving out wipes and stuff like that to wipe things, so you can wipe down
the lady was wiping the carts down, but I don't know what she was wiping it down with. I couldn't see it. So
Oh, okay.
for all I know, you could be wiping it down with hot water that's been sitting there for 2 hours.
Yeah. Just go out there
Yeah.
with your own stuff, Trey. You're a
I,
survivalist.
I just don't
Rubber
touch
gloves,
it.
man.
Yeah.
Rubber gloves.
I have gloves. I carry them
Yeah.
here.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you
So
guys.
that's my
I'm gonna
fleece.
tell you guys
Yep.
right now. Here's how you deal with it. You're out there, and there's something that you need to handle. You don't know if it's sanitized. Pee on it. Good to
I'm a
go.
pooping guy. No, I have.
No,
the
that's
bike,
not gonna help.
But I'm right.
I don't think the grocery store's going to
I
appreciate you
just
peeing
don't
on the
touch the
cart.
cart. I don't. That's like the nastiest thing ever. You know,
Mhm.
I didn't like touching carts before, but now I definitely don't like touching them. Maybe I should steal or buy my own cart, like have my own cart, sanitized and take
Yeah.
it with me.
Just when you're driving by in your truck, man, in the parking lot, grab one of those parts, and just spray paint the
Or a
Walmart
basket or
off of
something.
it or whatever.
Man, I don't like touching any of that stuff.
You can clean it down. I think someone
Yeah.
wants to know the name of the range. You want to tell them the name of the range, Trey?
Ares Training Facility, ARES Training Facility.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook, and obviously Ares Training Facility or AresFirearmsTraining.com.
Yeah. So here's something that I did want to get into here. We've got a bunch of things that we can get into. And by the way, let me just ask everyone who is here watching us, please smash the thumbs ups, okay? I think that will help us a little bit. If you're in here and you can hit the thumbs ups, we appreciate it. Maybe that will show YouTube that we've got some activity in here, and it will suggest it to some other people.
I can't even see us, Hank. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. Otherwise, share it. Yeah, I know there's stuff going on. I see Tyvin out there. He says that he's still not getting notified. I'm not really sure.
What's up, Ivan?
I know everyone went to work from remote, so they've just got the bots running the place right now. So who knows what's going to happen with that. So here's one of the things I did want to talk about, right? Because I see there's lots of folks out there. I know Mr. Guns and Gear made a video for new people who are new to firearms. Who else made a video? Guns and Gear made a video. I think.
I think Iraqi veteran 88.
Yeah, Eric. I think Eric and Chad made one, and then I think that John and Big John and Hickok also did a video. So I was thinking, let's take this opportunity. We have Trey here. He's involved in training and stuff like that, and then we also have Dave here, who he represents a manufacturer, probably a manufacturer that's selling a lot of handguns, and I'm sure a lot of handguns are selling right now. So I'll start with you guys. Maybe we'll start with you, Trey. Let's say you can speak to the people out there right now, all those folks who are first-time gun owners, who because of this went out there, they bought guns. They're not super sure on what to do. For a long time, they were always like, oh, man, I don't know, want to get into this gun thing. But this crisis kind of, nudged them in that direction. What do you think we should be telling those folks right now?
Okay, well, I got a couple things I'd like to tell them. First thing, you need to know the 4 rules of safe firearm handling. That's like the basic one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, rule number 1, safe direction of the firearm. It's either downrange or down. Don't be waving it around. It's not a toy. You don't wave a kitchen knife around, so you're not waving your gun around. It's the same concept. Mm-hmm. Finger off the trigger. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. So what I tell my new people is, when sights are on target, I see the target in my sights, it's time to drop my finger down and press the trigger. And before then, you should never have your finger on that trigger. It should be straight alongside the frame like this. Mm-hmm. Rule number 3, firearms are always loaded. When you come over to pick up a firearm, it's ready to fire. It's ready to go until you check and inspect it and determine different. Don't assume it's not loaded. Assume it is loaded. And rule number 4, check your background. When you're shooting at a target, know what's behind your target. Mm-hmm. Those things are very important. And you need to make sure your gun functions. So I've had a couple guys come out, I haven't shot in about 10 years, but I got this gun. And so he gives me the gun. We start shooting it. It stovepipes every time. Mm-hmm. And I go, I don't understand what's going on. So we cleaned it, the basic thing. Mm-hmm. He was actually missing pieces of the gun. There were pieces. The extractor was completely gone. Okay. This spring was gone. So we started taking it apart. I go, dude, you ain't got no extractor. The roll pin's gone and the extractor's completely gone. Wow. It's an extractor. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I said, this gun is not going to perform for you. It'll always stovepipe. So you get a bolt action handgun. And so he actually wound up buying another handgun and getting taken care of. Mm-hmm. If you have an old gun and you haven't shot in 20 years, please go out and shoot your gun, make sure it functions, and it is actually going to protect you. The time to figure that out is not when your sights are on the guy coming at you and you're defending yourself. Please check your gun and make sure it functions. If you don't know if it functions, go buy a 12-gauge pump. That will function. I promise you that. So, yeah, I've seen quite a few interesting things. Oh, and your instructor, whoever is teaching you, he knows more than you. I promise you that. If you're a new gun owner, he knows more. You don't know more than he does.
Well, so that's... Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. Finish your thought.
Guy goes, oh, I've never shot before. Me and my wife want to come out. We want to test out guns. Okay, come on. So I set him up, pick out an LCR revolver. That's what they wanted. Great. Worked out great. Now he's an expert because he's shot 5 times. And he's telling me this and that. I go, hey, man, I'm trying to help you out. Let me explain to you certain things. Just listen to me. And his wife's like, yeah, listen to him. Because he's the expert now. And I'm like, hey, man, let me try to help you out. Do it the way I'm telling you. Just listen to what I tell you. I'll explain to you why I do certain things so you understand why I do them. But don't contradict me because you don't know what you're talking about. So go ahead, Hank.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say is this. So, okay, you've bought the firearm, right? So you went into a store. You discovered that there's no gun show loophole nonsense that you thought existed.
10 days.
Yeah. Some places you found out there's a wait. There's background checks. You had to fill out forms.
And you might not be able to get a concealed weapons permit in the first place.
Yeah, you found out. Yeah, exactly. Some places around the country have closed down gun stores. I think Jersey.
Yep.
I'm sure the folks out
Florida's
here.
closed down concealed weapons permits.
Yes, Nikki Free, man. She's our agriculture commissioner in Florida is a Democrat, a liberal. Yep. Because people didn't go vote 2 years ago. So
and she burned us.
Yeah.
She burned us.
Yeah. So
remember, you can keep your gun loaded in your glove and center compartments in your vehicle.
Yeah.
And they do not have to be locked, just so everybody knows.
If you're in Florida.
If you're in Florida. This is Florida only. I only talk about Florida.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So if you did it, you were somehow able to buy a gun. The next thing now, you need to find out information about this gun. Hopefully you bought some ammo. Hopefully you got the right ammo. Hopefully the store was able to explain that to you, the difference between defensive ammo, range ammo. So now you want to find out info. What are the ways that you guys suggest that people go about finding out info? And I'll start with Dave because I know you didn't get a chance to jump in here yet, and then you can elaborate on other things that you think first timers should be doing. We'll talk about this here for a little while, so we'll bounce back and forward until we get it covered.
Well, I was gonna say, the first thing, with the new shooters, people buying those guns. First thing I tell them too, though, is, ask the sales associate, because I know you can still find gun shops or big box stores where the guy on the counter, he may not know that much. He knows some, but people can't be afraid to ask those guys, because if that guy doesn't know the answer, he's going to find somebody else there that does know the answer and get you what answer you're looking for. I mean, how many times they just go and buy the gun, they walk out and they're done. I bought a gun. Like I said, I'm an expert now because I bought it. I own it. Don't be afraid to ask. That's the big thing. Kind of put your pride aside and don't be afraid to ask questions. I mean, that's key right there. I mean,
yeah. So for sources of info about guns, where should the people go look? Now, obviously, lots of people immediately go to the internet and they go to YouTube and stuff like that. I'm a guy that does YouTube stuff. One of the problems we have going on right now, though, a lot of the instructional videos that we've made, YouTube has pretty much suppressed those videos and forced a lot of us to remove those videos, or people who have them, because YouTube doesn't like those people, it's very difficult to find their stuff. So, and Trae, I mean, where do you guys think, obviously YouTube or Google searching stuff, but where else can you go to find out info?
You can go to the manufacturer's website direct. So we'll use Hi-Point as an example. If you go to their website, you can actually pull out the manual on the firearm to at least understand what the levers, buttons, and switches do. But I was watching Mr. Guns and Gear. There's one that's excellent. He put out an instructional video for new time shooters. I think it's a superb video. Rocky Veteran put one out. Now, I haven't seen that one yet, so I can't comment, but I can comment on his other stuff. I'm sure it's pretty spot on, too. Or you can just watch professional shooters online and see how they handle their gun with their finger off the trigger, how they're shooting, things they're doing. If you notice, they don't really break the 180. They keep the gun down range, different things like that. You know,
For the
so
for the
those things,
most part, like sometimes, and I don't. I'm sorry, Trey. I didn't want to cut you
No, you're
off
fine.
here. I know sometimes making a video, like I get into this stuff. Like when you make videos, you're not 100% necessarily practicing safety, or it doesn't look like that. First of all, video is kind of flat, so you can't see what's happening three-dimensionally there. But also just the mechanics of making a video and stuff like that. So that's why I don't want people to 100% rely on that, right?
Yep.
In my opinion, I would say do not 100% rely on that. There's other sources.
go to a range.
Yeah, exactly. You can.
There's a ton of instructors out there.
Mhm.
I mean, you fall over and there's an instructor for teaching firearm.
Mhm.
So go get a firearm instructor.
Mhm.
I mean, you guys can look them up. I mean, they're bad ones and they're good ones, like everything, you know. But most ranges will not let a bad instructor go in there. But I have seen some backyard instructors that I thought were really good instructors. They just weren't close to a big range to train at. So
Mhm.
take your time, find an instructor.
Yeah.
Look at what he does on YouTube. Look at the comments he gets on Facebook and those things like that. I mean, it's not hard ciphering if the guy's a halfway decent instructor. If he's got 2 likes on something or nothing at all, then he probably hasn't been instructing very long.
Mhm.
If the guy's got 1,000 reviews and people are saying good things about him, and he's been teaching for about 5 or 6 years and no one's gotten shot, keyword,
Oh boy.
he's probably a halfway decent instructor. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
No, it's true.
these guys are out there. They're all over. There
Yeah.
are tons here that I would recommend in a heartbeat. Not just myself, of course, but other instructors. I have Muller Training.
Mhm.
I have. Sorry, I'm zoning out right now.
There are a lot of good instructors, and I would say, you know what's one of the things, I don't know if you guys see this, but I know I see it. So the dudes like me that make videos and sometimes we get attention for making crazy videos and fun videos and stuff like that, which I'm not knocking at all. We may get more of the attention than the guys doing the practical, safety stuff, how to,
Yep.
all of this.
Completely
Those guys don't get views. I think this is a good time. I would more say to people to look at those guys. I agree with what Trey said about Guns and Gear. I think he is very knowledgeable. So the Iraq veteran guys. So are like Hickok and other people that put out videos. But maybe seek out some of those training videos right now.
Yep.
If you cannot get out there.
One of ours is Fight Training. They come out.
Yeah.
They train at different spots. The guy's an excellent instructor.
Mhm.
Very safe, very knowledgeable. Things like that. The guys are out there.
Yeah.
And if other instructors are liking their videos or other gun people are liking their videos, that's because they're actually a halfway decent shooter. We're not going to like somebody that really doesn't know what they're doing. Sorry. I'm not putting myself out like that.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I mean, the big thing I want to tell people is when you go buy a firearm, you can go and train. You can go to different ranges. I don't know about all the ranges, but I know about mine and a few others.
Mhm.
Rent a firearm and shoot it.
Okay.
$20, you rent a gun, you go there and shoot it. I don't like it, I do like it, etc., etc. And then
So you're
now
saying
not-
before you buy that firearm, go someplace where you could rent, right?
Yeah, what I've been doing lately is somebody calls up, makes an appointment for me. So I show up with about 20 guns, usually revolvers because obviously they're new. But I do have some semi-autos. I do have a pump shotgun in there, and I go, okay, John, let's go through the different guns. So I talk about them, and the guy's like, nope, semi-automatics, too complicated. I don't want to deal with it. Okay, so I pull out about 5 revolvers, and I have anywhere from a 22 Magnum all the way up to obviously a 44 Magnum revolver. I have a 32 revolver, I have a 380 and a 9 revolver. And we start shooting those revolvers. And then when he finds the one he likes, then I actually make a phone call to Lake County Arms, our local gun store, and go, hey, Mark, do you have this in stock? And Mark goes, I do have it in stock. Do you have ammo? Yes, I do have ammo. All right, I tell the guy, you got 1 hour to be at the store. He's going to put it back in the shelf. They pull it off the shelf and hold it for him. He drives there and purchases the gun. And now everybody understand, right now in Florida, background checks are taking between 4 to 6 hours, just so you know that.
Wow.
Yep, 4
Yeah.
to 6 hours if you're lucky.
Right.
So the guy purchased the gun, and he came back to the range, and we shot another lesson. We
Yeah.
actually did another lesson on the exact same gun he was buying. And then he left, and he went back and picked it up later on. Of course, it still took longer than that.
Yeah.
But
It's
so
a
like
high
every-
volume is going on right now. Sorry, Trey. Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No. So Flying Rich said this a little while back. I'm trying to catch up to the chat here. If you guys have any specific questions or comments, let us know. He said, let's not be elitist, be welcoming to noobs.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, please. Resist the temptation to jump down someone's throat because they say clip instead of magazine.
Well, and here, use it as an example. I don't care what gun you show up with, as long as you show up with a gun that functions.
Mm-hmm.
So you show up with a gun that functions. I sit down and go, okay, what do you got there, sir?
Mm-hmm.
I got a Jennings. Okay. We shoot it. We try it. It works.
Mm-hmm.
It does the job.
Mm-hmm.
Or Hi-Point.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a lot of guys show up with a Hi-Point, the 9C,
Mm-hmm.
and it shoots. It works for them, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I don't care because I don't know how much money that dude has. He might be loaded, or he might have 5 kids and have barely a couple $100 in his pocket and can barely afford to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know his situation, but I know that he's a gun guy and he needs help, and I'm there for him.
Yeah.
So I step on the line, I help him out, help him shoot. I'm not downing his gun. What he shoots is irrelevant. What matters is he's shooting and learning how to handle himself.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not just saying this because Dave is here. I mean, I think this is the reason.
I am Dave.
No.
I really like it.
No, I just want people to know this. This is the reason why we established a relationship with Hi-Point, because I've been saying this for a long time. I think Hi-Points are good guns. If it was just the fact that it was cheap, okay. There's lots of cheap things out there that don't function. There's things actually more expensive than Hi-Points that I have found in my experience that do not function. So one of the things I found out about Hi-Points is they function. If you have problems with them, regardless of how you bought that gun, whether it was used or whatever, Hi-Point stands behind it. So you can very easily get that gun back to functioning. But they are good guns in terms of they function and they're affordable. And I would rather you have something to defend yourself than nothing. I wouldn't just point you in the direction of something because it's cheap. I've
had a lot of Hi-Points show up on the range, and they do fine. If you had to have one, I said, that one doesn't work, or that one doesn't do the job.
Or even this, Trey. Like I've seen some other guns that are more expensive that have no kind of accuracy.
Nope.
At all.
And like I said, I don't know what that guy's lifestyle is. I don't know what money he has.
Right.
He's out there learning how to shoot, protect his family. That's all I care about.
Yeah, go ahead.
How many guys have chopped up their gun to make it all Gucci-fied or whatever, and their reliability turns to absolute crap after that. What good is that going to do you if it doesn't work anymore? I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
I do not change my guns at all. Well, I mean, I don't modify the triggers. I don't do anything substantial to the gun. I might put on new sights, obviously. I don't run red dots. Sorry, red dot guys. I'll red dot
and by the way, the new Yeet Cannon has a red dot.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, Dave.
That's for the old dudes. That's for the old guys who can't see anymore.
Threaded barrel in, but I usually try to stick with the factory barrels, threaded barrels from whatever company I'm dealing with on that.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got an opportunity where we can turn the tide of gun owners in our favor, and being a bunch of jerks, those people go to compound bows and machetes. We'll be trying to figure out what's going on.
Or being jerks about it solves absolutely nothing.
Absolutely. Sometimes you scare people away from the whole thing. So what I've found overall in general, this is not 100%, okay, is human beings inside the gun community. But in general, the gun community are pretty cool, accepting people that want to see everyone practice their Second Amendment. Okay, and I always tell people that guns are a gateway drug to freedom. So, let's act like good drug dealers here and ease people into being addicted.
Remember, they're scared when they come there.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're fucking scared.
Totally.
Yeah.
That woman, she came there, I was showing her guns, and she's like, oh my God, I'm so scared right now. I go, hey, look, it's all right.
Yeah.
I'm here to make sure you're safe, and I'm going to help you out. I talk very calm. I'm very calm when I talk.
Yeah.
And I go, I'm here to make sure you're safe and and everything works out right. Would I be a good instructor if you got shot? Nope, of course not. Or you shot me.
No.
I said, so we went through everything. At the end of the hour lesson, she was like, I want to do some more shooting. I want to shoot. I like this gun. I want to shoot these different guns. I want to try the shotgun now. She said, no way, I'll never touch that shotgun. At the end of the lesson, she's shooting a pump shotgun. Boom, boom, boom. She loved it.
Yeah.
But again, it's my demeanor.
Yeah.
I'm not condescending either. And a lot of us, no offense to the other guys out there, we're condescending jerks sometimes, and we need to not be that way. Yeah. Someone taught me. My grandfather and my dad taught me how to shoot. They took me out and showed me how to shoot. I was not an expert shot, and I put years of practice into learning about guns and shooting. They're the same way, except they're 40 and I was, 6.
Yeah.
So it's just a new experience for them, and we need to cultivate them and bring them into the fold.
Yeah, for anyone who's wondering why, like, I think this conversation happens quite a lot with like when we're talking about this subject. We try to tell people to be nice to the new people coming in, especially in gun stores. And I remember when Lola and I started doing this. Obviously, before the two of us started doing things together, I've interacted with guns, not necessarily in the way that you want anyone to, right? So when we actually started doing this, we went to a local gun store, and it had those like elitist guys behind the counter, and the way that they acted, it really, really bothered Lola and myself. If we weren't the kind of people that were strong-willed and knew what we wanted, because we literally just walked out of there. And then we came back and we're like, what's going on? Like, what's up with these people? And I think there's people in gun stores that no matter who it is, they see folks coming in that are new, and they just go into some kind of super elite tactical ninja mode, and it really does scare people off. And I think folks out there want to think about that.
That happened to me on a gun range in Georgia. We were renting an MP5, and I respected their rules. The guy was a jerk, and the MP5 was malfunctioning. I said, you need to replace this component, do this, this, and this. He goes, how'd you know that? I go, I got 5 MP5s at the house. Are you serious? Yep. Showed him videos of me shooting them and everything. He left me alone after that. But he should have never been like that in the first place.
Yeah, don't make assumptions about people.
Let me out, man. Let's do, because I'm not going to spend more money if I think you're a prick. Sorry, I'm going to take my money elsewhere.
Yeah.
You got $2, Hank, that rolled across the feed.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that? What was that comment? I know someone's asking us about the YC9.
10 millimeters. They're going to be a 10 millimeter Hi-Point.
Yeah, Flying Rich wants to know. We're gonna get back to that. Just hold on a second.
There it is.
Yeah.
That answer. Lotto 10 millimeter Hi-Point.
Yeah. I want to make sure that I cover this. I just want to say to people, take this situation that's going on as an opportunity to help other people out. If you have a lot of ammo and you can help out someone that doesn't have ammo, you know what I'm saying? If they need a lot of ammo, hey, get some money.
That's on them.
Yeah, or get some money exchange there, right? Huh?
My local people, I've been posting where ammo's at. I know where the ammo's at.
Yeah.
Lake County Arms has it. A.W. Peterson's has it. I've been posting about different ammo when it comes in to let you guys know. And when I get ammo back in, I promise you that I'll be posting it online and selling it. I have not marked up any of my prices at all in any form or fashion. I have the same prices I had 2 years ago today. I'm not here to make money. I'm here to help you defend your family and protect yourself. I don't care about the money. So I will help you guys out find ammo. Ammo is scarce. And don't be a greedy jerk either and go out and buy 2,000 rounds. Please buy what you need. If you can't carry it, you don't need it.
Yeah.
Also, that's key right there.
Yeah. I think also for like for the guys who are gun guys, you've probably been doing a lot of this stuff for a while here, so you don't necessarily need to do that. But listen, in situations like this, right? This is like a worldwide thing, and I think that's why lots of folks got into a panic mode here. So before we move away from this, I want to touch on some other things that I think will be a good message to get out to the folks who are new to guns. You might want to do some research on this, and I'm saying this in a good way. I'm not being sarcastic here. Do some research on the Second Amendment. And then think about when you go to vote and the politicians you support. I'm not telling you, what party to be in or anything like that, but just think about this. Research the Second Amendment. Question yourself on why that's important, right? Try to have those tough conversations with yourself, and then ask yourself why there would be people, especially when we're in a mode like this in the world, there's folks who are trying to take those Second Amendment rights away from you, okay? And so part of the responsibility of being a gun guy is fighting to preserve that Second Amendment. Very important, I think, for people who are new to this to learn that. When I first started doing that, my understanding of it was, make sure you support the NRA. I think we're in kind of like a different mode now. But there are organizations out there that you can support, but you need to enlighten yourself, research, look into this. read up about the Second Amendment. While you're doing this stuff, look at some people talking about this. Look at history and come to an understanding. You can even look at recent history in America and come to an understanding of why this is so important. And this goes outside of a lot of other political things that we can stand here and argue about all day long. But why is the Second Amendment so important? I don't know if there's any other things you guys think that folks should do or learn or get into now that they're into guns.
No, I mean, the Second Amendment is definitely it. I mean, I know I always knew it was there, but once I got my first firearm, it was kind of like, this is a huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what kind of got me, I don't want to say paying attention to politics, because it's politics still sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, that's why I pay more attention now, is absolutely because that is a key right, and a lot of people just don't get it. So yeah, the education is everything. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Look at the history and educate yourself. That's so much. That's so heavy. It's not even funny.
Yeah. Go ahead, Trey.
It's not for hunting.
Oh my God, right?
Mm-hmm.
They
Nothing to do with
believe us
hunting.
now. They believe us now.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Just ask. So how do people come to this point, right? I think a lot of folks out there are looking at this and thinking, okay, shit just got real. Okay, I might be the front lines to defend myself and my family. How am I going to do that? I might need some tools to assist me with that. And this is why you have so many extra people in
Not
America.
dildos or toilet paper. They don't work.
Wait, there was a run on dildos? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, remember when they were open carrying in Texas, I think.
Yeah.
I was about to say, was there a run on that?
I forgot about that. That'd be hilarious.
only in Florida. Only in Florida.
Yeah. Listen, I think that people realize the seriousness of this. There are resources out here. There's lots of good people. As Trey said, there are companies like HiPoint and other companies that one of their first priorities is to educate people on what to do with their firearms and how to be safe. So you do want to use those resources, and there's so many other resources out there as well that you can go to. Take your time. Be safe. If you're not sure of something, keep learning, keep training, keep seeking knowledge until you feel comfortable and secure with that. If you're communicating with friends and family that are gun guys, you don't have to be on their level when you start this thing.
No, not at all.
Nope.
Yeah. Come up on your own levels and your own comfort. And definitely, before
You can email me if you have a question. You can email or call me or Hank.
How can people email you, Trey?
With gun knowledge.
Yeah. How can the folks email you out there?
Shooting at AriesTrainingFacility.com or AriesFirearmsTraining.com at Yahoo.com. 352-321-8102. Call me, email me. I don't care. Text me. If you don't even know anything about guns and you just have a question, I will answer your question.
Yeah.
Or I'll just tell you, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know the answer.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't lie to you about a question.
That's always the best answer if you don't know, to tell people you don't know.
And there's a lot I don't know.
Yeah.
Except about guns.
Yeah. So same thing with me. You guys can look me up on social media. I have lots of info out there on how you can get in touch with me. Lots of people get in touch with me all the time. I don't know if Dave, if you want to put up any info, but you guys can just go to HiPoint, HI-POINT.
Well, I was gonna say, Facebook and Instagram. I get questions all the time on how to do this, how to do that. So absolutely, hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the above. I mean, hell, I even went so far as I built a couple simple static targets people can use on the website, free to download stuff, just so they can.
Cool.
If they're going to the range and you're on a static range, you can't do much. At least this gives them something to do. I mean, but yeah, social media, hit us up and we'll help you out for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. One last thing, we are going to move on and we're going to talk about the high points. I know there's lots of people out there saying that they want updates on. I see you guys. I see you. Smash the thumbs ups. We are going to get to it. Smash the thumbs ups right now. I appreciate that. One last thing on this subject for the new folks out there. Think about safety and securing your firearms. I'm not trying to tell you how to do that, but think about that because there's a scale here. All depends on like what age kids you have, whether you live alone, you don't live alone. If you're in a house, apartment building, there's lots of houses around you or not so many houses, and what your comfort level is. But do spend some time thinking exactly about how you're going to secure that firearm. Okay, that's
that or disable it. It's not hard to disable a firearm. Make it pieces. If you're not sure if your kids are going to have access to it, put it in multiple pieces and put multiple pieces in a box.
Yeah.
I could tell you your 4-year-old kid is not putting your gun together and figuring it out before you catch him doing that. Promise you that. But, gun safes are cheap. You can buy a little handheld gun safe at Tractor Supply, any of those places, for $50 to $200, depending on what kind it is.
Yeah.
Buy a safe. Buy something to put your gun in place. Trigger locks will get you killed, and those cable locks will get you killed. So please don't buy those. They're garbage.
Right. Okay, so there you go. All right. I'm gonna move on here, but if anyone wants more info on this, if there is someone watching that's new, we'll come back to this. I'm gonna assume that most of the people watching are guys that know about guns. I'll probably pull a snippet out of that and throw that up on my main channel here. Shout out to everyone who's here, by the way. I see Clover Tack out there, lots of folks out there, and they do want us to get back to the high point, because I know not everyone was in here. We appreciate everyone coming in. I'm going to ask you guys once again to smash the thumbs ups. Dave, okay, so switching back over to Hi-Point for the new folks that are coming in here. The Yeet Cannon is mostly what people want to know about. The YC9, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Either or, same thing.
Yeah. What can you tell the folks about this? Obviously, you guys were not able to go to NRA show this year.
Right. I mean, it's still in development. It's the bottom line. We're still working on it. We still have a bit of a road to go. The big thing we wanted to show off at the NRA show was the new trigger, which we have the new triggers now installed. Yeah. Which and I sent the photos to you, Hank, and I'll get some more posted up here next couple of days too, since we're technically not working.
So I'll cut into it and try to close in on this. So this is the new trigger. What kind of trigger are we looking at here?
It's just a whole brand new. Careful, I'll pick that up and go to my phone.
Yeah.
It's just it's a whole brand new trigger shoe for the Yeet Cannon.
Okay.
I mean, it's completely new from the old C9. Some guys felt like the 3D printed model, it kind of reminded them more of the carbine trigger, which now I look at it kind of is more that way, where it's got almost the butterfly effect in the middle of it for your finger.
Okay.
It's so nice on the finger.
Oh, okay. So I'm showing folks I was just doing a close up. Now I'm showing folks the full gun here. This is a picture for if there's any YouTube overlords out there. These are pictures we're rolling in. We're not handling anything. So this is the new gun. From what I can see here, looking at it, and from me handling it at SHOT Show, it feels really good in the hand. It's still got the traditional Hi-Point stuff, like it has a grip safety.
Yep.
It kind of.
It has a threaded barrel.
Huh?
What's that?
It has a threaded barrel.
Yes.
Sweet.
Standard. Yeah, threaded barrel is standard on the YC9.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Threaded barrel, accessory rail, new trigger that we spoke of. It looks like those are Glock sights, right?
You can replace the front sight with a Glock sight. So we had a couple models at SHOT that had the front sight, and there was a XS sight.
Yeah.
And
then here I'm doing a close
You
up
got
on
screw under the front sight, right? The screw under the front sight, and the beaver tail or the dovetail on the back. You said so. It's like
it's a Glock front only. So yeah, that screw from underneath.
Oh, okay. So
then the rear sight is still our own proprietary rear sight.
Yeah. And I'm doing a close up on the grip itself. It's gonna have like a Hi-Point logo pattern on the grip.
Yeah, the texturing. Yeah.
Texturing. And then is it going to come ready also for a red dot?
Yes, it'll come ready with it. So the new sight base is elongated. A couple screws, pop that rear sight base out, and you'll have a piece of Picatinny rail. You'll drop it in place of it. Yeah, so then you can, like, we had a Burris Fastfire, I think, mounted to the rail for the shows.
Right.
So yeah, so out of the box, you can mount a red dot to it pretty quick.
Okay, so is it just going to be the Burris Fastfire, or is it going to be like several different optics? They're going to be compatible with this?
It's a Picatinny rail, so you can mount just about anything to it.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever takes a pick rail, you can mount to it.
Yeah, okay. Let me see. Let me go through the pictures here. I know there's questions. So it looks up front you have, I'm going to say you have more serrations up front, I think, or are these like the serrations that were there on previous high points? No,
No,
right?
the older guns only had a small section of serrations on the rear.
Right.
Whereas this thing, we've added the front serrations, and plus we raised them up on the slide and on the back of the slide, so you've got way more purchase on those serrations across the board on the gun.
Yeah, threaded barrel, like Trae was saying, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
It's got a rail on it too.
Yeah. So that's the pictures here. If you guys want more stuff, I think Dave is going to throw some stuff up on HiPoint's IG, which is HiPoint. What is it? HiPoint Firearms.
HiPoint Firearms.
Yeah. If you guys want to go into that, Dustin. So Dustin does it. Says, is it double? It's double stack, right? That's from Dustin. I'm gonna try to go back here.
No, it's a double to single. So it's a double. It tapers into a single stack. Design that's where we had some design features carryover from the older gun. So we're hoping to have a minimum 10 round capacity. If we can squeeze more in there and still keep that flush fit, we will. But even the 10 rounds is an update, whereas the old C9 right now, it's 8 rounds is your flush fit mag. So it's gonna hold more rounds for sure.
Are you guys gonna make more normal capacity magazines? And by that I mean, like, can we like maybe get an extended magazine, or do you?
That is the plan. It's the plan
Okay.
with those new mag styles. So we can have more mag options. One of our thoughts was looking at more the base plate options, kind of like you find with a lot of Glocks. So you can get your capacity up to a higher count. So we're pushing for that. We really are.
Oh, okay. All right. Very cool. Trae, if you've got questions here, feel free to jump in. Let's see. Brian Quick says, how long could it take to design a second gen HiPoint? We know it's not the aesthetics holding it up. Just a little sarcasm.
You're funny.
A little sarcasm in there from Brian Quick.
That's just, it's a lot. People think that you can just show off. Last year we showed off the idea of what we were doing, and the cool thing I like to say is we took from that idea and we're giving you exactly that, everything that's in there with the addition of the Glock front sights. Whereas if we showed you off an idea and we cut half the features to get it out, that's kind of a bust for us. So no, there's a lot we're putting into it. It is a lot of work designing this thing. It just really is. You got to understand engineering, which I don't, and manufacturing, which I have a small grasp on.
Manufacturing is the big one. It's got
it's huge. It's huge.
Yeah.
People think you can just make a mold for a slide or a frame like that.
Right.
We'll just make it. Yeah, right.
Well, we were designing different stuff. It had to be within certain specs for manufacturing. We could just build one off. That was easy.
Sure, totally.
Making it where you can mass produce it, that's the trick.
Yeah, that's what makes it difficult.
Yeah. So in the history of HiPoint, there's only been one generation so far, right? The HiPoints that can go out there, or is that
no? Not really. I mean, if you go from, it was HiPoint, and before that you had the Stallard guns.
Okay.
So I mean, because we at one point in time we had a full size 9mm handgun that was aluminum frame. Was that the JS9 maybe? I can't recall. I'm sure some hardcore HiPoint.
Someone's sneaking up on you right there. Someone's sneaking up on you right now. Hey, what's up? Wave to the people. Yeah, wave to the people.
Wave to the people.
Yeah.
All right, get out of here.
My son's always video bring.
Yeah, he's giving you a karate chop. So this is kind of like, so there was a previous gen HiPoint. So what's out right now and available for people to buy? It's kind of like a second gen. This would really be about a third gen pistol, right?
Yeah, for the silenced eyes, because the current C9, which is a polymer gun, an older version was a alloy frame. So there really is more almost like a third gen. HiPoint, aficionados, with a history might even say it might be like more a fourth gen. But so it really is. It's been a long time coming for this.
Yeah, I mean, just to speak to like the time of development, that whatever generation's out there right now, how long has that been out? How many years?
20, pushing 20.
Wow, pushing 20 years. So there you go. So I think that you guys are packing a lot into this one, and it has to be developed, tested. You've got to figure out all the things that goes into manufacturing it, because you don't want to, if you make a mold here and there's something wrong with that mold, very expensive, right?
Yes, extremely expensive. That's a huge setback.
Right, yeah. So, and then what will the price point be coming in at here? Because I'm sure you guys have a target if you can't tell us exactly what it's going to be.
Yeah, I can't go exact, but no, we're still shooting to have it around a $200 MSRP. So I mean,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, I mean all the features around $200. I mean, yeah, if it comes out $220, don't sue me. That's still around $200,
Right.
But
Nulver53 says, will these make it to California?
my understanding with the California law is everything new coming in is going to be micro-stamped. So no, you can't get the new gun into California.
Man.
That's my understanding of the California law. So I
Okay.
mean,
All right. Okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Micro stamped.
Yeah.
yeah, they signed that. It was several years ago. They signed that in. Like every time that's discharged, it's got to leave a tag mark on the casing so they know what gun it went to. It's like, come on.
I Judge Dredd.
So there's
Right,
so
right.
you can't have any new pistols in California unless you do that, or is there a workaround to that maybe that some high fees and then you get around that nonsense?
If there's a workaround, I don't know of it. I mean,
Okay.
like technically, I think you
That
can't get
barrel.
Yeah.
you can't get Gen 4s and 5 Glocks technically in California. I'm sure the cops probably can, but regular everyday people, Gen 3s as far as I can go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my understanding.
Yeah. So here's a question from Night Train. He says, "Are HiPoints as reliable as Glocks?" I'm going to answer.
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, right there you go. That's from Dave. I'm gonna say that they are obviously they're handguns, but they're in completely different categories, as far as I'm concerned. What would you say to that, Trey?
That's like saying my F-150 as reliable as a Lamborghini Murcielago. I mean, yeah, they're both reliable, but that's two different items. I mean, that's apples and oranges.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I've seen a bunch on the range, a bunch of people shooting them, and have yet to see one malfunction or do anything besides just fire the round and do its job. So
Yeah.
I have to say that I'm thoroughly impressed. Now, if you were talking about Phoenix Arms, then I'd be harassing you thoroughly, but we're not.
Right.
So
Right.
they've done really well on the range because, at first you kind of like, Hi-Point. And then I just started watching the guys shoot, kind of keep an eye on them. Nope, have yet to even see one jam, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I think your price point's a fabulous gun. And again, a single father of three, he's not going to go out and spend $600, $700 on a gun. He's going to spend that $200 price range and be able to protect his family. So
That's
I
what
think
we're
what
after.
you're doing
I mean,
is
it really
superb.
is.
Awesome.
So and then on that note, because I know someone mentioned this. I think I skipped over. All Thumbs says this. I like the video Demolition Ranch put out. He stuffed the barrels with all kind of crap and couldn't get the gun to fail or blow up. So this is probably.
Ooh, I want to do that test.
Yeah,
Send me one. I'll do it.
We're gonna talk about that here. Let me see if I could pull up Demo Ranch's video and at least show you guys like a little.
I got a guy already with a hook wanting to shoot that gun.
A little bit of it here. Where is it? Okay, yeah. So he put. Let me see here. So here's the video. I'm just gonna play it and run a little bit of it in here for you guys. Let me see if we could skip forward here in the video. So Matt does a lot of cool videos. Obviously, the title of this might scare some people. It says Flex Seal Concrete Metal Gun Barrel Obstructions. Try them all. He bought a bunch. I think he bought like 10 Hi-Points, or he has 10 Hi-Points here that he put all these things through, and he tested it here in the video. The spoiler alert, the Hi-Points actually functioned with all these tests that he was doing here. And then I was talking to Dave about this. We'll have this conversation here again in front of you guys. Because my first question about this, before we get into all the reliability stuff and everything, is I want to know how many millions of dollars you guys paid Demo Ranch to do this. And did you also pay him those millions of dollars and give him those 10 Hi-Points?
Zero.
So you did
$0.
Oh, okay.
It had no affiliation whatsoever. He bought all those guns, as it's in the video. When that video dropped and everyone else saw it, that's when we saw it too, going, oh, hey, look at this. Here's some free PR for us. Let's see what it's like. And worked out in our favor pretty well.
Yeah, and so your knowledge is that Demo Ranch is not a fan of Hi-Points, right?
It's the way it seems. I mean, even with the previous video when he shot that 40 cal on the slide, he shot it and hit the breech face, he was like, wow, yep, it still works after he shot the gun from shooting it. But he still doesn't kind of come off as like, yeah, okay, but still it's a Hi-Point.
Yeah.
Like, how much more torture do you want to do the gun and still just say, but it's a hype?
Yeah, I gotta go with you.
Or is that his point? Is he trying to get a rise out of us to go, oh, what's up, dude? I mean, we don't care, but
No, listen, I think that I think at the end of the day, he probably wouldn't do all of this and put his own efforts into this and everything if there wasn't some kind of admiration, even if it's begrudging, right?
Right.
Because I think lots of people have done it. I mean, the first people I saw famously that torture tested a HiPoint was the IV-8888 crew.
yes.
You know, they burn that gun down. I think they try to fry it in a pan. They try to microwave it, do all kinds of
crap to it.
Yeah.
It was unreal.
Yeah, so and this is probably he looked. So it's never easy to tell, right? Because there's a little bit of comedy, and he's like messing with people a little bit. Matt, he's a great entertainer, I think, when it comes to these videos. Yeah, that's why he's so big. You know, he comes up with these kinds of things, and he puts some fun into it, so you can never 100% tell. But he was really expecting something to blow up here. I mean...
Weren't you? I mean, I know I certainly was. I mean, he packed a lot of crap.
At least with the metal or the cement.
Yeah. I mean...
Yeah, but so the barrels are steel, right?
Yes, the barrels are steel. For those of you doubters, they are steel barrels.
So I think if anyone out there wants to know, like, are these things reliable to that extent, I would say yes. But what do you think, Trey? If we did those same tortures to any other guns out there, we'd probably get the same result, right? If the barrels were strong enough.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I have problems with that barrel.
Maybe HiPoints are the only gun that you could go out there and drop $1,000 and buy 10. No, depending on what you paid for it, it could be $1,000.
I'd put a Glock up against that. HiPoint. I'd be curious to see how they both performed.
Right. I want to see that. I want to see how a Glock will hold up to it.
I mean, we could put some hurting on that Glock and the HiPoint.
You're gonna have to buy 10 Glocks to do that.
That's right.
It's
We'll
probably
drive it
gonna
over.
cost.
We'll try 10 over with APC and see how it holds up.
Yeah, it'll cost you about $6,000. At least the HiPoints, maybe it was $1,200-$1,500.
We'll trade toilet paper for Glocks. We'll trade toilet paper for Glocks.
Oh, right. Good luck with that.
Nice.
Yeah.
The way ammo's going right now, I'll probably just sell a bunch of ammo.
Yeah. So, let's see, a couple of different things in there. Dustin does it. I know some other people were talking about this yesterday. Unfortunately, Demo Ranch's brother passed away. I think it was it yesterday or day before, or I don't know.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I was just reading about it. They said
that sucks.
Damn, that sucks.
The 19th.
Yeah.
So it was a couple days ago.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
He was only 30, man. That's terrible.
Wow.
Wonder what happened. Must have car wreck or something bad.
I think he was sick. From my understanding of it.
Cancer sick, or
I think perhaps the folks out there that follow it more closely would know better than me.
This is rare sinus cancer.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that really, that
sucks.
Yeah, that sucks. There's just no other way to put that. So our condolences and our prayers and all that kind of stuff go out to like Matt and his family and friends and all the people who.
Everybody's saying cancer.
Yeah, cancer sucks, man. Without a doubt.
No doubt.
Yeah. So yeah, with I know that there's some other people here talking about torture testing. Get your own HiPoints and torture test them. That's what I can say to you.
Yeah, and if you hit us up wanting to do a T&E and you tell us you're wanting to destroy the gun, we're not going to send it to you because no, don't play us like that. Come on, it's just not going to work.
Listen, and everyone's not going to get the views of Demo Ranch. Let me start right there to explain this to you.
I'm not going to get any views like Demo Ranch.
You might think, oh, this is it. This is my big lottery ticket. I got to go buy 10 HiPoints and do something.
Right.
There's a whole formula that goes along with what Matt is doing right there. I can tell you guys that. It doesn't really work that way.
No.
I've never actually gotten a viral video, and I've been doing this like 7 years. So,
You and me both.
Yeah, so it's really not that easy. And he has a big following. He does these kind of videos. So that's what's going on there. But I think that from all the different stuff that I've seen that I've done myself, so my HiPoint that I have, I literally challenged myself. A while ago, I was doing this thing like called the $100 challenge to see if I can buy guns for $100. I bought a .22 rifle for $100, and I bought a Hi-Point for $100 from a pawn shop.
Yeah.
So, and to me, I was like, oh, this is cool. And then we went out there and we shot it and we did all kinds of things. The mistake, the one thing that I did run into is I took that thing, because whenever I get a gun, I always take it apart to clean it.
Don't do that.
Yeah, you want to think you know. There's some good videos out there on how to take a Hi-Point apart, but immediately a part sprung out of there and magically disappeared into the ether.
I looked. Just throw a couple of quick things out there. I'll say is one, don't ever be afraid to get one of our guns used because of the lifetime warranty. If there's an issue with it, or you question it, maybe because you found out from that one pawn shop that just looks a little rough and they don't really care what their gun inventory is, but if it's a deal, buy it, because we're still going to cover that gun. And the other thing too is I'm trying to find it. We actually did our own really detailed in-house video of breaking the C9 down. If you want to venture that route, but still, you don't need to tear it apart to clean it. Just don't.
Yeah, I don't regret taking it apart, because one of the things I found out is there's a number.
Not to take it apart.
Well, yeah, right. But when you look up, so if you look up the number for Hi-Point, you call them up, and I told them, the guy literally knew what happened. He was like, yeah, I'm going to send you a kit. Give me your address. The kit was out there in a couple days.
Yep.
Then I looked at a video, I put it back together. I was like, oh, this is not so bad. You live and learn sometimes. You live and learn. We should probably do a challenge. We should do a challenge to see who can get the cheapest Hi-Point out there. The cheapest. But you gotta have a receipt.
Yes, you gotta show some proof.
I'll do that. I'll put.
You gotta have a receipt to show how cheap you got a Hi-Point for. So if you're gonna try to trick us by buying it from someone, whatever, no, we need an actual receipt. Let's see what happens there, if anyone will take that up.
This could get interesting.
Yeah. What was the other thing that you were going to say, Dave? I think I cut you off there.
No, well, actually, I would say that video, I forgot we had to pull that because it had some legality issues, so some terminology. And my bad on my part is I have not re-uploaded that, so I guess I know what I'll be doing tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
The detailed C9 teardown video, it will be up tomorrow afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, whoops.
Yeah. So Tyler Hendricks wants to know, is the slide of the YC9 the same material as the C9?
Yes.
Okay.
It's still the ZMAC 3, yep.
Yeah, barrel still made of steel, but
barrel still made of steel.
CMAC, polymer.
Yep.
Right. That's your own polymer formula that Hi-Point has.
Yeah, it's our own mixture. I mean, everybody has their own mixture. Nobody's are the same,
Okay. Are you guys gonna have color options, or we're just getting?
That's too early to tell, because right now it's about getting that gun finished and make sure it's beyond 100% reliable and getting it out there.
Okay.
After that, then we'll test and see if people really want some colors or something like that.
Yeah.
We got a whole variety of colors now, so it's possible in the future. But for now, let's just keep with the stock gun.
Yeah, you just want to get it out first.
Yeah.
I carry my revolver in single action. Says when is Hi-Point making a revolver?
Between let's see, the revolver, we get asked that one a lot. A shotgun, the AK, an AR.
Yeah.
And 22. Those are all.
There is kind of a bullpup out there. We have a video with that if you want to see. You have to get a carbine and make it into a bullpup.
Right.
Yeah. If you're looking for a bullpup.
People keep asking like, what's the future beyond? Well, you'll find out when we release something new. With the learning we've done from this, it's been a lot with the YC9, and I can tell you is we probably won't announce anything until it's actually ready. We want to announce the YC9 because it's 20 years since an update on that gun. So yeah, we wanted to get out in front of everyone, which we hoped to have it out in late 2019. Obviously that didn't happen. Manufacturing, it's not a simple thing. But after the YC9's out, we'll be pretty quiet and we'll just start releasing new stuff, and you guys just get to see what it is.
Yeah. 762 says he says when Glock makes a bolt action rifle. So that's his response for you. when you guys will make a revolver when Glock makes a bolt action.
I like that.
Yeah.
You never know, man.
Or a reliable 22.
Oh boy. Uh-oh. Shots fired.
I mean, you know, like the 22 bits. I mean, come on. I mean, how many times though? The problem with 22s is the ammo. People buy the cheapest, crappiest ammo.
But they know that when they built it.
True. True, but
perfection. I mean, it's a 22. I'm gonna go wrong.
Yeah,
I don't use high-end 22 ammo. I don't like shooting cheap 22 ammo.
Oh boy.
Me.
Yeah, this is a whole debate right there, man. I go for the cheap bucket o' bullets. Bucket o' bullets.
CCIs. Yeah, I know that, Hank, because when we were over your house, you get the bucket of bullets.
Yeah.
Remember that? That was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I
have some of the, you know what? I actually don't have any of the, no, you know what? Someone did give me a box or two of some good, like, high-end 22 ammo, but I don't buy the high-end stuff, man.
CCI, run it through my machine gun and burn so clean. It's so nice.
CCI mini mag, it's all I shoot.
Yeah.
You guys are 22 snobs.
No way.
You better get up on that. Bucket of bullets, that's the way to go. Right now, before the 22 apocalypse is upon us, I keep warning people, go out there and get your 22, man, because...
Yeah, but I don't need a cleaning kit.
Right?
You'll be cleaning after 12 zombies. Will be cleaning.
Yeah. Listen, so with the Glock, we actually had someone from Glock on here, right? And we were talking about the whole Glock situation. You know, with the Glock, I think the problems we ran into was kind of like how you load it or something like that. But we had a Taurus TX22 that we were shooting there. We put everything through it. It was fine. So.
Yeah, my Taurus shoots great. I don't have a problem with that Taurus.
You have a TX22?
No, I have the one with the flip open barrel. I forgot which one it is.
Oh, okay.
They make it 22 and 25.
Oh, okay.
That thing shoots like a champ. Never had a problem with it.
Yeah. The Tyven Show says, Hank, if I get the cheapest Hi-Point, do I get one full day at Aries range with all the ammo I can shoot? I don't know. We'll have to negotiate those terms.
All the ammo I have on hand right now, yes.
You have to negotiate those terms. We'll have to make it official. We'll have to make that like an actual official, thing. We'll see what we'll do with that. I don't know. We'll see.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Maybe I'll talk to Dave. We'll see if we can actually put some kind of thing together.
What if they give me money back to take it?
Here's the thing that we should do. The cheapest one we should turn into the most expensive Hi-Point.
Now you're talking.
Back it out.
Customize it. Yeah.
Freaking CFOs.
Yeah.
What's the most expensive red dot on the market?
Do it down.
Yeah.
Super tacticalize that bad boy.
Just imp it out.
Ultra Gucci C9. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Hydro dip it with dollar symbols on. Oh no, you already have that one. That's right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
No, that one
We've done
exists.
that.
Yeah, that one exists. We'll come up with something. We'll think about it.
Sling on it.
Let's see. DCG44 says, any word on extended 10mm mags? I'm guessing that's for the carbine.
Yeah, our guys at Red Ball, they're developing that, and a 40 cal 20-yard mag as well. So they're still in the works. Yeah, magazines are a whole other thing manufacturing wise. I talked to John at Red Ball, and he said like springs are the biggest pain in the ass that are just like no other, because you can't just order one spring or two springs. Mm-hmm. You got to order a ton of springs, and if they're not right, guess what? Order another ton of springs again. So, I mean,
right.
But yeah, 10 mil 20 round and 20 round 40 cal mags for the carbine, they are in the works.
Yeah,
they're coming.
By the way, before
just take 10 mil.
10 mil. Yeah,
What's
for
that?
the carbine.
Oh, for the carbine. Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about pistol.
Yeah, the carbine.
There's no 10 mil handgun.
I know, that's why I was like, oh, this is the...
Keep
Yeah, you're not
dreaming.
catching me anything there. Yeah, you're not catching me on something.
There's also a 5.7. There's a 5.7.
Yeah, right.
5.7 also in the works. That would be awesome, by the way, if you want to.
We've been asked that one lately too.
Yeah.
With that Ruger 5.7, it's got people bugging us for
Yeah,
one.
and
When's
now
HiPoint doing a 5.7?
Yeah,
I have a 5.7. I think you shot the Ruger one, didn't you?
I shot the Ruger. I owned a FN 5.7 in the past. I shot both of those. Honestly, with 5.7, I think for me, I like the FN one just because of the cool factor of it. The Ruger is cool also, but it's not like super overwhelmingly cool. I think everyone's going to demand these calibers, but not really buy them. So I would like to see if Ruger starts taking that to further steps, right? Maybe, making a carbine, adding on some other extra awesomeness to it. We'll see what happens.
Or
It really
still
has to
carry 5.7.
Yeah, exactly, a compact
kinda
one.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that Mac Military Arms Channel put out something that he said that the Ruger 5.7 is growing on him. So you guys might want to follow up on that. Before I forget this, at SHOT Show, didn't I do a video with you, Dave? I think I did.
Lola had me record a video that
Oh, I sped that video up. Oh, sorry about
yes,
that.
that's it.
You know what? I was actually.
I'm like a chipmunk.
Yeah, I was actually planning on not breaking that up. No.
That's all right. Scheiße happens, man. It's all good.
No. I did that for a couple of videos to make it fit into the 1 minute thing. So I think I have that on Instagram for anyone who wants to see that. You can still hear what Dave is saying there. We had to speed up him and Lola though, so that it got into.
Just sounds a little weird.
Get all the details in there. People liked it. That video did well when I threw it up on Instagram. So you guys could go see that if you want to. Kathleen Music Lover says, so you can't break a Hi-Point down for basic cleaning. What's your answer to that?
Well, you can. It's just not necessary. I mean, we really will tell you, lock the action back. Spray it out, wipe it out, run a bore snake or patches through the barrel, whatever works for you. That's all it really requires. It doesn't need to be torn down any more than that. But if you want to tear it down, do it. We just maybe say we don't do it in the field, do it at home.
Yeah.
That's the key right there. Don't field strip it out in the field. Do it at home when you're on your desk, the kitchen table, something like that.
Yeah, and if you're not going to look at the video first, my advice is get the replacement kit first. Because you're going to probably lose that. I think it was like a spring or something that popped out of there.
I guess you probably had like a sear spring popping out of the frame, probably shot out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what people mostly lose, right, when they open those?
Man, believe it or not, it's all over the place. Okay. It's all over the place. So, I mean, just from even just their recoil spring, the sear spring, or they'll knock a piece of linkage out. It comes out and they have no idea where it's at. But yeah, we'll take care of it. We'll get you a new one.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to fix it yourself, still talk to us and we'll have you send it in and we'll take care of it for you. I mean.
Okay. All right.
That's how we do it.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
No.
Joseph Anthony says, will there be a Hi-Point compact? Which I think we touched on a little bit. I don't know if you want to address that again.
Yeah, again, that kind of falls into that whole after the YC9, the sky's the limit for us, Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not going to confirm anything.
Yeah. Rayo Shield says, I got to admit, I bought one of those Yeet Cannon C9s. There you go.
Nice.
So that happened when the whole thing went viral, right? You guys made the...
Yeah, it was after we were showing off the unanimous winning of Yeet Cannon, because it was like 7 million votes to like 1,000 or something like that. It was crazy. But because of that, that's when we're like, well, let's see if we take the old gun and laser engrave a Yeet Cannon like we would do the new ones and see how that turns out, and just kind of tide people over for a little bit, and it certainly worked. I think how many thousands of that one we even sold, I don't even know anymore.
Oh, okay, I was going to ask you on numbers on that. Okay.
I mean, technically, it's still in production. It's all in the demand. I mean, we hit a wave of our distributors that are looking for them because dealers are looking for them.
Mm-hmm.
Then we produce like a couple hundred at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, no, you can still get the G1, as it's called, G1 Yeet Cannon. It's still available for sure.
And I think that's what Matt had in that demo ranch video.
Yeah, that he threw at the end, threw downrange.
Yeah, he threw.
Yeah. God.
Oh, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. Let's see. Christopher Taylor says, has Hi-Point ever had a recall? I don't think so, but Sig, Glock, Remington, etc., have had recalls. Have you guys had one?
Nope. Where's some wood? Knock on wood. No, never had a recall. And that's, very few people realize that, and we've kind of made that comment before. Not like toting on it, because I mean, obviously shit happens, and any mechanical cannon will fail. But no, we've not had any kind of recall like that across the board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Brian Quick wants to know if he missed serial number 1 new generation Hi-Point giveaway. You guys had some kind of giveaway going there? Or is he trying to make that happen? He's trying to make it happen, probably. There's no giveaway set up for that so far as I know, right?
No. I'm trying to think. We did the whole naming. We gave away.
Mm-hmm. When
It was
voted?
the plans to be like an early gen or early serial production YC9. But at this point, I had to go back and look at my notes. I don't even know where we're at with that. I mean, because the gun's not out yet.
Yeah, so much time's passed.
Oh, right.
Enable Diamond says, when will we see a carbine update?
Again, that kind of falls in the YC9. The YC9 is everything. After the YC9, the sky's our limit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll confirm and deny everything.
Right.
Or confirm nothing, deny everything.
Right. American Freedom Outdoors says, do you make any Hi-Point models that are threaded for a suppressor?
All the carbines are now threaded. So the 380, the 9, the 40, the 45, and the 10, all those carbines are threaded. The handguns, the only thing that's threaded the handgun is the upcoming YC9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And All Thumbs says California wants Hi-Point. You guys are going to have to...
change your laws.
Yeah, get some change going.
Change your laws. I hate to say that, but...
Yeah.
Or move. That's the other option. Change the laws or move. I hate to say that, but that's where it's at.
I'll move to Florida.
Florida's already bad. There's so many states now, man. I don't know if moving is going to be a continuous option for people
it's
here. It's
not.
Yeah. Second Amendment's being attacked on all fronts, even right now. I know some people were talking about that HR 5717, I believe is the number. There's a lot of different things coming out and smacking people upside the head in regards to using this crisis as an opportunity to slip in some gun control on people. That really sucks. We all have to be very vigilant to push back on those kinds of things, I think,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got going on here. We covered the demo ranch video. Did you guys, I don't know if you guys are into the Olympics at all.
Yeah, they postponed them. I know that.
Olympics. Joint statement from International Olympic Committee and the Tokyo 2020 Organizing Committee. Seems like everything's getting postponed till 2021.
Wow.
Yep.
That's kind of expected with everything going on right now. And I'm sure they had a lot of stuff printed up for this and lots of preparations. There's going to be some athletes that by 2021 they're not going to get their chance again to be in the Olympics.
That sucks.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy news that's going on out there. Let's see what else we have going on. CZ also, I think, had to shutter down their factory. Let me see. I'll put this in here. CZ USA closed all facilities shut down due to COVID-19 emergency order. And they're in Kansas.
Yeah.
So that's
Kansas
City, aren't they?
Yeah, Kansas City. Yeah, Kansas. So there you go, CZ. I know there's some CZ lovers and haters in the chat. There's always like conversation going on in the chat about CZ.
Like, oh wait, can't do that.
Yeah. So no, you can't. No, don't even.
Are finger guns allowed on YouTube, or they ban that too? Now?
You can do finger guns. You can also do toys, which I wind up doing a lot. So like, here, let's see your
my
gun.
kids got me around here.
Let's see your gun knowledge here. I'll show you one. Who knows what this gun is? Let's see how.
MP5.
Oh, Rick and Morty. You got that right, Dave. How'd you know that?
I just started watching that.
Yeah, awesome show.
It is pretty awesome.
One of my favorite shows, actually.
Here's great for my 7-year-old. Shockingly.
Yeah, no. It's not really. For
he
kids.
likes it, but.
These are toys also. So YouTube people out there, these are toys. See, there's no actual barrel there, and it's got the orange thing. Check this out. Machine gun, full auto. Just dual wielding for you. This is what we're reduced to over here nowadays. Let me go along here with my collection. Bug assault.
Is airsoft even allowed on here?
I don't even know how we.
Bug Patrol, I know what that is.
Yeah, Bug Patrol.
So we got one of those. My kid's got one of those in his room.
Yeah. I don't know what we would do with airsoft. I think, because we would have to prove to them that it's airsoft and all that. The other day
probably not worth it.
I don't know. They deleted a video a couple of weeks ago, which was basically Walter held up a stock from a rifle, so there was no barrel, there was no action, no nothing in it.
Stock?
Just a wooden stock, and they deleted the video, and it took me a couple of weeks to fight with them, to get it back when they finally admitted, because I don't know, maybe 10 times or something they were like, no, you guys held up a gun. And then finally they looked at it and they're like, oh, we thought it was a gun because we saw a barrel, but we didn't see a barrel.
That's ridiculous.
And then we got the video back, but the damage is kind of done.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Can you actually call and get a hold of anybody, or is this all just email transactions?
Yeah, there's a way through YouTube that you can contest it, where usually they just pretend they're looking at it and then say, no, it's confirmed. And we kept doing that, and then I was just sending out different emails. So when YouTube put this policy into effect, they actually had a conversation with me before they did it, and they spoke to some of the big YouTubers, and then I think they spoke to me because I do this a lot. So and there were about 3 or 4 lawyers on that conversation with me.
Wow.
So the way I got it back is I actually went through the email thread before they spoke to me, because I had to sign off on things over and over again, because they didn't want me to talk about the policy until it actually came out. And I kept going through that thread, and I sent emails back through that, and someone responded to it and made them take another look, and then they were like, okay, this is not a violation of the policy. So yeah, it's so crazy. It's what's happening there. It's so crazy that I don't even know. Right now we're just trying to keep all of this together. That's really the reason why we're doing the .com thing, and we're using email. So if anyone out there is if you're getting emails from us, we're doing the email thing because that's really the only thing we have control over, that we can communicate with you guys, because we can't post deals on YouTube and a lot of platforms. Facebook deleted my fan page, which was 17,000 followers.
Fan page.
Yeah. So, and they won't give it back to me. They've given pages back to other people, but for some reason they're refusing to give that page back to me. We have we started a new one, which is Facebook/HankStrange.com. The .com part is all spelled out for anyone that wants to go there and follow that. But so we went from 17,000 down to 200 or something like that. Wow. On that thing. So the best way that we can really communicate with people where we don't have all these things getting in the way is email. So what I'm trying to do is, a lot of companies that we're dealing with, we're going to give away stuff. If you get on our email list through Hank Strange, we're giving things away to people already, but we're also using that to notify you guys of everything that we have going on. So that's just what we have to do nowadays with this. We got to find workarounds, and I don't think we have, I don't think we can rely on politicians or anything like that to help us out with these situations. So,
Rebel.
Yeah. DCG44S says, just liking guns is a YouTube policy violation.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. It's crazy. What are you seeing as a company at HiPoint from social media? Are you guys getting harassed?
No, not getting harassed, but I'll be honest. A lot of the ways we post is on the lazier side, where I'll throw it on Instagram, and then just by that point tag it to Facebook and Twitter as well, just because it's simpler. Mm-hmm. But whenever I've made typically non-image posts on Facebook, or just text, it gets way more views, and the guys say, man, this is the first post I've seen from you guys in months.
Yeah.
Right. I try and post every day or every couple of days. Sometimes I don't have anything to say about it, but it's I know they've been, throttling us down to a percentage of our following, but sometimes I feel like it's even more than what we realize.
Yeah.
Without any real visual indication of it, until fans basically speak up and say, hey, where have you guys been?
Yeah.
I've been here all along,
They've identified certain people, so we had... if you guys go back about, I don't know, maybe 20 episodes, we actually had Jonathan from Arms List on. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Arms List.
I know John.
Yeah. So we had him on, and he is severely being punished on Facebook and Instagram. So they don't want to delete him altogether because, you know, he's taken this stuff to court all the way up to the Supreme Court. So they don't want to do that. What they've done instead is they've really ghosted him. So if, like on IG, someone asked me a question in one of my posts, and I try to say, hey, you should ask the guys from Arms List about this, and I did at Arms List, like I would do like at HiPoint or at Aries or something, that it would not let me post that until I removed that. You cannot tag Arms List. And it's the same thing on Facebook Messenger and stuff like that. You cannot send a friend a link to Arms List either. It won't let it happen.
Wow, what the hell?
Know? So he's still on there, but he's severely restricted.
That's crazy.
That's way crazy.
There's a lot of stuff like that going on. Have you run into any of this kind of stuff, Trae?
No, but I mean, I don't do it like you guys do. I just post pictures every once in a while, and we have events and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I do feel like my reach sometimes with certain pictures doesn't go out, but you do a lot more than I do. So I definitely could see that because we had problems tonight. Mm-hmm. I couldn't get on the show on my tablet, even though I'm on the show. Mm-hmm. I used your link and I got on, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah. It's, man. It's, trust me, I'm not making this up. I would rather just get about the normal business of what I do and not have to deal with all this, like trying to find ways around stuff and letting people know that we're doing it. I think lots of people, appreciate this show. But literally on Friday, we had Big John Hickok here on the show. Okay? Big show. We would usually get a lot of people coming in. We promoted it. He promoted it. Still now on the channel has a couple hundred views.
Wow.
Because they just shut it down. And I, all through the weekend, I was working on it and pulling out snippets and throwing it up on my main channel, and it was doing a lot better. So there's obviously something going on here on this channel in regards to that. But, this is just what we got to deal with over here. And I think it's because they sent all these people home or whatever, so they maybe just put the bots on severe restriction when it comes to us.
Probably.
Yeah.
They probably did.
Yeah. For whatever reason. Joseph Anthony says YouTube even unfollows people from channels. What I would say, if anyone is having these issues, try going, like if you're on YouTube, try unringing the bell and then ringing the bell again, and maybe that'll work. I don't know. So who knows? It could be deliberate, could be something going on in the algorithm there. So let's see. Okay, let's see what else is here. Here's some news from the Firearms blog. American Hollow Optics buys EOTech from L3 Harris. So EOTech has changed hands there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Not really surprised.
Yeah. Why would you say that, Trae?
Well, they kind of went downhill after.
There was a big buyback.
That burned them?
Yeah, but I thought they had bounced back from that pretty good, I thought. I mean...
Yeah, but once you get burned, you get burned.
Yeah. Maybe that'll help with the turnaround. Yeah, I think I have one EOTech left.
I got one EOTech. I mean, it's okay. I'm not overly blown away by it. Honestly, I like Holosun.
Okay.
Holosuns are pretty damn good.
Yeah.
They really are.
I think that's a big part of the problem for a lot of these companies making optics right now, especially on the high end. The more affordable stuff is getting so much better.
Yep.
Yeah,
right?
It really is.
Yeah, you're getting really competitive. So
I took my Holosun to Houston. It was underwater for 5 days, whatever. I don't even remember. It's been so long. But I was in and out of the water the whole time. Never had a problem with it. Ever. It functioned the whole time. Why wouldn't I have something like that?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Armament and Axes has a question for you, Dave. He says, I'm 30 miles north of HiPoint. Are they hiring? I'm going to assume not right now.
Right now, no, absolutely
you missed
not.
the beginning of the show. No.
Yeah, reach out to us after April 6th, at least when April 6th is the, so to speak, reopen date, according to the governor, as long as nothing gets worse. But after that, reach out to us then.
Are you guys actively hiring people over there all the time?
I mean, it comes and goes. I mean, if there's a position needs filled, I mean, or if we need need somebody in spots. I mean, yeah. But
I know, like you said, you don't
anybody
usually
else.
have like a high staff number. That's probably one of the ways you
No.
keep the guns affordable.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Hopefully, one of the things that comes out of all of this, we see more industry come back to America.
Oh, God, I hope.
Yeah.
Especially medical.
Yeah.
You know,
Medical
drugs?
should have never left. Medical should have never left America.
I mean, why we have all our industry in a commie country is beyond me.
Right?
But it is what it is.
Yeah. There's certain things that should have never left here, man.
Made in USA.
Yeah.
Make change right back to made in USA.
Yeah. Yeah. When you let another country go, yeah, you know what? Screw you guys. We're not making any of these things and sending it to you.
Yeah, we're gonna keep
What
it.
are you
And we're gonna buy your material too, so you can't make it either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah, we have the ability to make stuff. We need to just we need to look into it and see what things we can actually make here and have an industry here. And I think around the world, people will enjoy buying stuff made in America, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, might want to look into that world. Shout out to Elfster's Rifles and Reloading. I see him out there in the chat. I'm gonna keep going through here, see what other new stuff is going on. If you guys have something that you saw out there you want to talk about, definitely let me know. The NRA is doing some layoffs.
It's not surprising.
I see that here. What is this? NRA lays off staff,
Which
cuts
version
salaries.
of the
Yeah,
right.
Good question.
ILA or the NRA?
It says, let's see, NRA lays off staff, cuts salaries as coronavirus reduces revenue. That's not the only reason the revenue is getting reduced. Bars, restaurants, and airlines are the only businesses feeling the economic impact of the Chinese coronavirus. The National Rifle Association is feeling the pinch too. The association was forced to cancel its annual meeting and convention, a big revenue source that had been scheduled for Nashville next month. That was this month.
That's April.
Was it
End
next?
of
No,
April.
it was next month. You're
End of
right.
April. End of April.
It was next month, right?
Concealed Carry Expo was this month. That got canceled too.
Oh, right.
Where was that at?
I think it was Kansas City. I think
Oh man,
Oh, okay.
I never heard of that. How did I
Yeah.
miss that?
it's
Yeah.
What is it? USCCA. It's their
CCA.
It's their
Oh,
little show.
USCA's deal. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It's a good
That's
show.
something
We
new.
get a good turnout of
I
people
think
for
I've
that.
seen that. Is that new?
I think it's been going on for a couple of years.
Yeah, I think we've been attending the show for the last 3 years.
Kansas
I think.
City every time.
No. I think the first one I went to was Louisville, and then where was
Yeah.
it? Pittsburgh this last time.
Didn't
I
they
think.
have to do that when the NRA kicked them out of the thing?
Yeah.
remember?
That's what started their show. Was that?
Remember
Yeah.
that little
might
incident?
that.
You don't remember that, Trey, when we were going to have an NRA convention? USCCA did it all these years. NRA decides they're getting into the insurance business. Uninvites USCCA. Boom. You're out.
Yeah.
Must have missed that one.
Yeah. So I think once that happened, they started doing this. So this says, according to a just published Wall Street Journal report behind a paywall, the NRA has also experienced a major disruption of our funding activities. As a result, the National Rifle Association is cutting salaries by 20% across the board and laying off an unspecified number of employees amid a plunge in fundraising during the coronavirus crisis. So
who's getting the salaries cut? The people on
I
the low
know.
end of the totem pole, because it's not the top
Yeah.
end.
It says here that the Wall Street Journal indicates that NRA's CEO and executive vice president, he's the CEO and the executive vice president, Wayne LaPierre, will take a pay cut larger than 20%, though the exact amount
Good.
isn't specified. LaPierre's base salary was $1.27 million in 2018, the most recent available year, and his total pay was $2.2 million. So there you go. They're not being honest here in this story. It's a bunch of different things.
Shocker.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different things happening there. Why the NRA is losing money? None of it has opened up their eyes yet to start talking to the folks that they've disenfranchised. So that might be one of the things you want to do there.
They had a guy call me. It looked like it was a Dayton, Ohio area number. So I was like, okay, I'll answer this. And it was a dude in Virginia, in Fairfax, calling on behalf of the NRA, trying to get me to re-up my membership. And he tried to offer me all the Chinese crap goodies they make, they want to give to you.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, so can I renew you for 3 years? And I went, no, dude. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
the NRA is picking and choosing their fights. I was like, they're not doing what they should be doing. I was like, so why would I support that?
Mm-hmm.
He just goes, thanks for your time. I'm like, yeah, man, no problem. Clearly, he's gotten that conversation more than a few times.
Yes, that's on the script now. When you get irate gun guy, you basically say thanks for
and
your
I wasn't
time.
even irate. I was totally cool with the guy. That's, I mean, how I said it, but he was just like, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you had those kind of issues, Trey? You had the folks calling you from NRA? You're a life member, right, Trey?
I'm a life member, and
Okay.
I'm a training counselor. Remember,
Yeah.
we had this conversation.
Yes.
I do support the training side of the NRA because the training side of the NRA is it has nothing to do with the political arm of the NRA. They're completely different branches.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that they do good for training, and they do good helping people out for training and certification for instructors.
Mm-hmm.
I don't disagree with y'all on the ILA. I mean, they need to, like we talked about before, they need to button up and get their butts in gear. But the training department is completely different,
Mm-hmm.
and they do make
I did
it.
not know that. That's
Yeah,
cool.
they do make it. Oh yeah, they're completely separate in the building too.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to the building, they're in 2 separate spots and 2 separate floors.
Oh, okay. How
The training-
easy would it be to separate those two entities? Or at the end of the day, it still belongs
They
to
are
LPR?
well. I mean, I don't know all the nuances about business how they're set up,
Mhm.
but I do believe they are 100% separate. Like you have the NRA ILA, and then you have the
Right.
NRA, and that's the training. When you talk about NRA, you're talking about the training department. When you talk about political wing of NRA, you're talking about the ILA. That's completely different. Like they're not even. When we went in for the training, they were on a completely separate floor, completely different part of the whole building. We didn't even go in that area.
Mhm.
And then we went all through the training area where, people answer phone calls for training questions, material, things like that, and, different things like that. The ILA is completely different. We didn't even see their part because obviously I'm not involved with that. So
Mhm. Mhm.
it was interesting. And the training for the counselors is very rigorous. It's not very easy. We had 2 people drop out of the training the first day.
Wow.
You think,
Okay.
how hard can it be? That's not as easy as you think it is.
Yeah.
You have some instructing skills, we'll put it that way.
Yeah.
It's not about guns. It's like, oh, it's shooting. It's about that much shooting
Mhm.
and about that much instructing.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. The range says life member here too, but no longer donate until Wayne is out the door. Got lots of comments coming in about that. Chris Bullis says I renewed my membership this year so I could go to NRAM. Then that got canceled. Yeah, I've been refusing to give them money, but I'm not a lifetime membership. I don't want to give them money until they get their act together. I was not planning on going to NRA this year. I was going to go to the broadcasting show in Vegas. That got canceled, and I was like, okay, I'll go to NRA, and that got canceled. So, but I don't like the idea of supporting them. I wish we could just come up with another thing that's disconnected from them. I don't like the kind of political stuff that they've done, like what they did to the USCCA. Obviously, all the other things that are going on here, and ultimately, I feel like we don't have any control over it. They, like you're saying,
agree with you on that.
they don't want to talk to us unless they want money.
I
Sure.
agree.
Yeah.
I do agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, Tom Selleck left. When
Wow.
Tom Selleck left, I was like, man, I don't know. We got some problems.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you on any of that. I mean, they need to represent us and not go after these fruitless lawsuits that either A, they're not going to win, or B, hey, they got nunchucks back in New York. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Don't give a shit.
This is the one time
But the training portion of it is important to me,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah. We got a bunch of stuff. Flying Rich says, I renewed to go to NRAM. Joseph Anthony says, yeah, I'm a life member, and they're trying to get me to subscribe to another Eagle something. Kermit Loves Bacon says, lifetime membership to the NRA, but I donate to the GOA.
Yep, I donate to the GOA and the other ones too. I support all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw this too. How about this? We talk about, bringing some manufacturing back to the U.S. How about the NRA take a good step of stop peddling the Chinese-made crap that they sell as your free gift for renewing? Come on. I mean, give me a cheap Chinese range bag that falls apart. I mean, stop that crap.
But I don't even need the free gift, man.
No, I don't
how
either.
about
I
some
don't either.
give me some accountability.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
give me a way that I actually have some control or say over what goes on here, like some actual voting interest that you don't put a whole bunch of caveats in front of, like, oh, you have to be a life member for 5 years before you do, all these crazy things in order to be able to vote. You can't just become a member and go in there and vote, and all these firewalls they put in place, and I think they increased those recently. I don't need any gifts from them. To be honest with you, I don't need a magazine. I don't need any of that stuff. I just need they need to actually listen to us, pay attention to what it is we want, and do the work that we're expecting them to do. Like Trae is saying, there's the separation of the ILA. There's different things that get done here, but you need to get back to that. And I think probably at this point, LaPierre just probably needs to let go of the reins, but I don't know. I'm doubting that's going to happen. Right? Who thinks that's going to actually happen? He's worse than Putin at this point.
I think the NRA could get back to it, but
Wuhan virus. Putin's good.
Oh,
so Putin got Wuhan, so he's good.
Yeah. Yeah, Putin is walking around in spacesuits. That's why.
He's got the vaccine.
I saw a picture of him today. I don't have it. I could probably pull it up here on my phone, but I could. Let me see here.
He's actually a pretty badass. If you've seen, I've seen some pictures of him shooting and like riding horses and all sorts of crazy stuff. Oh, Putin.
Yeah, he was in.
Isn't he friends with Steven Seagal and they like buds?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
he made.
He's with you.
He's best friends with Steven Seagal.
It's kind of funny, honestly.
Yeah, best friends.
I had to run in with Steven Seagal. Yeah, I know all about him.
He made Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal is a citizen of Russia.
Yes. Yes. I was reading that the other day, actually.
Yeah,
that's kind of funny. Actually,
Steven Seagal is more famous than Michael Jackson in Russia.
What about?
So, I'm serious here. I'm very serious about this.
I don't know what to say to that. That's interesting.
Yeah. I have a friend that sometimes does bodyguard work for Steven Seagal, and there was this company that was trying to make a Russian oil deal, and Putin wouldn't talk to them, and they basically went to Steven Seagal, and that's how they got in.
Wow.
Were they drinking his energy drink while they talked to him?
No, they
about that.
They basically just wined and dined Seagal and partied with him and paid for private jets and stuff like that, and then Seagal took them to Russia, and that's how they got their meeting with Putin.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, yeah, he's got power. He's got power.
Just there, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, Chuck Norris is just working for Glock at NRA. That's about it, I mean, not at NRA.
I just put my money on Chuck Norris.
Yeah. Chuck Norris don't have that Putin pulling power.
That's right.
Yeah. So let me show you.
In Texas, I bet you could pull some strings in Texas.
So if no one believes what I'm saying, here's the things. If you search Putin, you will see in the news pictures of Putin in a big spacesuit. There he goes. Russian President Vladimir Putin wearing protective gear walks at a hospital for patients infected with coronavirus disease, COVID-19, on the outskirts of Moscow. All that tough guy stuff went away. If Trump goes to visit, look at this. This is ridiculous right here. If Trump goes, that is Putin. Let's zoom in.
Let me go back.
No way.
Yeah, that is Putin right there. If Trump goes to visit people in a hospital and puts on a spacesuit like this, the media will never let him live it down.
No.
What happened to all your badassery now, Putin? Because he's in the risk category. His ass is old now. He's in the... Yeah, that's funny, man. I
that is funny.
Look, his mask is bigger than all the doctors behind him.
That is a spacesuit. And his is a special, yellow-orange or something like that, Special colors.
Canary yellow Putin.
Yeah. I bet you that thing is bulletproof.
Yeah. It's something.
Yeah. I bet you that thing is bulletproof. That is, he's not messing around. He's not messing. Is the coronavirus hitting Russia pretty hard?
I heard it wasn't, but I don't know. I didn't like actually keep an eye on it.
Okay. Yeah, we might want to.
I thought they had like they closed their borders with China, and they just said up.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're not letting the Italians in either. It is decimating Italy.
Yeah. I bet you they let in Steven Seagal right now.
Well, he's special. He's special, man. Come on. You know.
I bet you they let Steven Seagal in. Do you want to tell your Steven Seagal story, or is it not for public consumption?
No, I better not. He might come look for me. He might come find me.
I got to
very pleasant. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, I got to hang out with him one time because my friend I'm telling you about that did security for him had like a barbecue at his place and invited. I was in Arizona and he invited us over. And met Seagal is huge.
Yeah, he's a big.
Oh yeah.
That's
He's not a little. Well, he's well fed too, but
but he is a tall dude. I mean,
yeah, he's tall and he's big.
6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, I thought I had a gut.
He could eat you, Hank.
His gut is a whole other person. Yeah.
You're like an appetizer to him, Hank.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. He wasn't messing around. I was like, whoa, this is a big dude right here. Yeah. So, but I mean, he seemed cool, but yeah, I saw some signs of like, that he's probably got some issues and things like that. So listen, if you are literally the Prince of Russia, yeah, well, when you're in America, you don't have those rights.
No one cares.
Yeah, it doesn't roll like that. In Russia, he can do whatever he wants.
Oh, you do real good in that commie country. We don't care about that.
Yeah. And I think he has he goes back to he's got Steven Seagal has some kind of bloodline back to Genghis Khan or some craziness. I don't know if that's true. That might just be a rumor.
Remember, Genghis Khan was a title. He actually had a name too.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it was TUMJI or something like that. But yeah, Genghis Khan was the title. It's like saying the Ultimate King or something like that. I read a whole thing about it. It's actually pretty interesting. Do you know he had like 3,000 or 4,000 wives? He had a harem.
I've heard that.
Well, that's what I was going to say. A lot of us.
The population is like related to him or something crazy, some crazy number like that.
Right. That's what I was going to say. That a lot of us are actually related to Khan.
That's what I've also heard was that.
Yeah, I was just reading an article about that like a week ago. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like I got a lot of time to read right now too.
Yeah.
Right.
That's one of the benefits. What are you guys doing? I saw Dave, your son is over there. Yes, he's not. What time is it, man?
He's like my son, Dave.
Yeah, that kid is not
He's
sleeping.
pushing bedtime.
Yeah.
We should get soft guns and like rubber baseball bats and let him go at it.
Yeah, where did he go? Oh, okay, he left.
Yeah, he took off.
Yeah. It's not past his bedtime, huh?
No, he's pushing there about half an hour.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, what are you guys doing? Speaking of what Trey was just saying, what are you doing over there to pass this awesome family time?
I mean, besides still keeping up on the social media side of it, I'm reading Leviathan Wakes from the Expanse novel series.
Oh, okay.
The show The Expanse, when it was on Sci-Fi and Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I started reading the books because somebody told me, they're like, oh, if you like the show, you should read the books. And
cool.
yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's cool. Beyond that, I've mostly just read.
What was the name of the book series?
The first book is called Leviathan Wakes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think there's 8 of them. I think.
Because I'm always to something, but audiobooks have become my new way to keep reading. So.
And I know you can get these in audiobook too. I think I've seen that.
Yeah. One of my favorite audiobook series is called Monster Hunter, and I'm listening to that. It's from Larry Correia. You guys have to check that out, man. And Larry, Monster Hunter. There's a whole bunch of different ones. Let me see. I could probably roll something in from my phone right now just to show you which one I'm listening to. I'm listening to it on Audible. The funny thing is, I try to get...
Yeah, that's what I listen to too, Hank.
Yeah, I try to get Audible to let me, do some, affiliate type of stuff or whatever. So, because I listen to a lot of audiobooks, but they refuse because I'm a gun guy. But
of course.
Yeah, so I'm listening to... What am I listening to right now? Okay, so here, I'll run this in for you guys. Monster Hunter series... Okay, there's a whole bunch of different ones. It's from Larry Correia, And I believe, I don't know if Lola is still here or not, but I think we had Larry Correa. Did we have Larry Correa on the show? I know I did.
Alpha Assassins.
Yeah, there's a bunch. If you look up Larry Correa on, I met him at SHOT Show and I did an interview with him. But Larry Correa is actually a gun guy. So if you wanna listen to or read some books that have like realistic gun stuff, the Monster Hunter series is a really good thing for you to listen to. And he talks about all kinds of different guns in there. He's a legit gun guy. I've met him. I'll see if I can actually get him to come here on the podcast. He's a cool dude. If you guys if you watch my YouTube channel, you can actually probably go there and search for my interview with him. But he's a legit gun guy, and
That's cool.
Yeah, his books have realistic gun stuff, even though it's fantasy, right? And there's a lot of monsters and stuff.
I found your Leviathan Wakes book too. Yeah, it looks pretty good, Hank. I might have to. There's a bunch of audiobooks for it too, so I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, he's got the Monster Hunter series, and then I think Larry Correa has some other. He's got another series that's slipping my mind right now. But if you look up Larry Correa, you'll see there's a bunch of different books and things like that. He's a pretty good author out there. And then there's another. Angry American also has a good series of stuff called this. I think it's called the Finding Home series. Going Home series.
Going Home.
He's a Floridian, also a gun guy, and his story's about this guy that's going actually to Tallahassee here in Florida, and on the way home, there's like a EMP and knocks out electricity and vehicles and everything.
He actually come to the range a couple times. I forgot his name though.
Yeah.
He has one of them called the Battle of Zellwood Station. It's all from this area, actually, right in this area, all the way up to Gainesville.
Yeah. So Angry American, I think that's also a good read, and some very realistic survival stuff in there, because he's very deep into survival stuff. So he's got a lot of, if you want to be entertained and at the same time get a lot of good info. And I have had Angry American on the podcast for sure. In the past, we've had him on the podcast. So we try to get authors. One of the things I found, we don't get a lot of like interest when we have authors come on, but I have tried to do it in the past, just especially when they're gun guys. So
that's cool. No, get out.
Yeah, Rayo Shields says the Grim Noir series by Mr. Korea as well. Yes, that's also good stuff. And he also says check out John Ringo's stuff. He also has some very good, like apocalypse stuff as well. I totally agree with that. All good reading or audiobook listening. Brian Quick says, seriously, the new docuseries on Netflix called Tiger King is a must-watch. Everyone in that series is crazy. I haven't even seen that yet, so yeah, lots of that stuff going on. Yeah,
there's Going Home.
Yeah, hold on. Let me.
Going Home.
Yeah, Going Home. Those are good books.
Yeah, I'm gonna read that.
Yeah, those are good books here. Okay, so listen, we hit the 9 o'clock hour. Also, Dave's son over there, he's obviously
he's ready to rock.
Yeah, he's amped up. I don't think he's going to sleep in half an hour from now, man. Yeah,
probably not. I'm not going to hide that. That's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Wrestle.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up here. I think if you guys want to know about some of the stuff we talked about, like a giveaway or whatever, I'll work that out with Dave, and we'll put that on the email list, and we'll let you guys know about that. So you're going to want to get up on our email list to do that. Just go to hankstrange.com, and you can get signed up with it there. Let me go through this. Dave, so what can the folks out there do to support you guys, keep in contact with you, social media, stuff like that?
Yeah, social media. I mean, Hi-Point Firearms for Hi-Point, for Facebook and Instagram, and also same thing, email. Email is kind of, I don't say the new way we're going back to, but we're working more on doing email stuff, which anymore is kind of a collaboration of what I've posted on social media for a while, just because it's not getting to everybody. So head to our site and you can sign up for our newsletter there. And yeah, always on social media. I mean, we're pretty vocal. We communicate on there quite a bit.
All right, very good. I'm going to get this last question in from Flying Rich Opinion, which is Richard Hughes. Did we ask about 10mm pistol? Of course he knows he did. Yes, you did, Richard Hughes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Multiple
times. Just like before, the YC9 is everything. After the YC9, the future. I mean, the sky's the limit with the future of
Yeah.
guns.
Survive this apocalypse, get the YC9, and then take it from there. That's the plan. All right, Trey, how can the folks out there support Aries Firearms Training? How can they get up with you guys?
Oh, and of course it's upside down.
No, you got it the right way
you're
up.
good, you're
you got
good.
it the right way up. So just
there's all my
Yeah.
information. You guys, that'll make it a little bit easier for you this time to get
Yeah.
in touch with me.
pause
There's all my
right now.
info.
Pause right now if you're looking, so you can get this info.
Of course, you guys can contact me for all your shooting needs in Central Florida. I am trying to get ammo in, but I have other connections where ammo is available. So if you email me or call me, I will try to help you out acquiring ammo or firearms or training or anything you need. You know, like we talked about before, if you're new into shooting or a family member new into shooting, I will help them out the best I can. I only beat them when they ask the same question 3 times. So just keep that in mind. Only the
3 times, huh?
at the 3rd question. So
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
that seems reasonable.
I do have toilet paper on sale for about $20 a roll. So let me know.
Oh, right. Okay. Guns are not gonna jack up, but toilet paper,
Nope.
sure.
Nope. If you're gonna go all that toilet paper, and I'm gonna jack it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so on my part, I want to thank everyone for joining us here. Like I said in the beginning, go to hankstrange.com. That's the best way that you can support us. Sign up for our email list. You can see all the different things. Lola has Lola's deals on there. She's putting up daily deals. You'll find that in the drop down of the menu. You can also go to Ballistic Ink. We've got T-shirts and things like that you can buy and support us. You know, after you're done buying all the bullets and the toilet paper and the guns and stuff like that, get some T-shirts or something. Those can also help you in the apocalypse because, in an emergency, you can use them to wipe your butt. If you really
I'll
had to.
take that toilet paper with my fingers.
Yeah. Yeah, let me drop the end right now. Oh boy. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs ups, ring the bell so you can be notified when we go live. Leave your comments and stuff like that here. We really appreciate you guys joining us. You can also find us on audio. We're on iTunes and Podbean and all those different places that you get your audio stuff from. Big thanks to Dave from Hi-Point for coming on. Big thanks to Trey from Aries Firearms Training for coming on. It's been a fun show. 2 hours went by real fast.
So thanks for having me, man. This is cool.
Yeah. We have to, get you back on here more often, Dave, and you too.
Okay.
You too, Trey. We need to get you back on here on a regular basis.
It's been a while. I'm sorry, I've been kind of busy.
Yeah, that's cool. We understand. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. We're out of here for now. Peace. See ya.
Thanks, Dan.
Later.
We're out.
See ya.